Finish. Alright, welcome to ChaoticCalling Streaming. I'm the DM Starwind and about to take some adventures through the kingdom of Tynac. Joining us are Bar Willowhollow, the Halfling Mastermind.
Hey.
Gale Sergio, the Seraphim Storm Sorcerer.
Hey guys.
Ryder, the Halfling Druid Circle of the Forest.
Hello.
And Gideon Meadow Lake, the Halfling Barbarian.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Last we left
No,
our...
wouldn't let me in.
Oh, really?
The Discord had RTC client connection failure.
Yeah, it was acting up there for a little bit too. That's why I was trying to get everybody in there. Yes, you're a half druid. That's all you are. Alright, last we left our ... heroes? ? Ryder spent the night in a holding cell inside the prison. Bard tried to scout out what he could about the prison. Gideon spent the night at an export shop. Storm went to bed. Visor got antsy. And some strange luck brought Ryder into meeting a familiar known as Kiko. There, he met his owner, Spencer Senier, who would later offer a chance to free Ryder from her bonds. Finally, giving up on scouting the prison, Bard goes to find Gideon at the export shop of Helmerhammer. There, the pair found a safe, a vault that took careful listening and handling to swing the dials and unlock it. Storm eventually finds his comrades as the early morning wanes, and they are midway out of hauling out the vault and its findings. Giving a distraction as a guard intrudes on the place to lock it up for the owner, the halfling pair manages to sneak out the back door while Storm gets told to leave as the guard went inside to investigate further. Quickly regathering once more, they go off to the bank and store the funds and prepare to head back to Riverham. Meanwhile, Visor joins Spencer for a trip through the prison to find their friend Ryder. There, Ryder is presented with an offer. She would owe favors to the headmaster of the Arcana, Spencer Senier, and he would pay for her freedom. A deal is struck and a band is placed on Ryder to make sure they keep an eye on her. Visor antagonizes things a bit, but soon the pair of them are rejoined with the rest of the group at Riverham. There, they're preparing a wagon for departure. I believe that's where we're at, right? Did I miss anything?
So?
We identified some magic items, and yeah, we're just waiting for the carriage to get ready to go.
So let's see
Oi.
here.
I can actually swim now. Breathe underwater. Total 180.
So Riverham's got this carriage that you guys left, and he says, alright, you're all loaded up. It's got a tarp on the back, and the sky above is looking a lot cloudier than normal. It looks like there might be a storm coming in. You can smell the water in the air starting to get more muskier as you get along further into the day. But you are here out at the stable at the moment at the Riverham stagecoach. And he's got you set up on your carriage that you found while traveling up this way. What would you guys like to do?
Is it a covered wagon, or is it just open top?
It's open topped, but most of the goods that were loaded into this wagon are tarped, covered, and then covered again. But there's plenty of room for everybody who's not up in the front bench to seat themselves in the back. Considering most of you are like halfling size anyway.
Yeah, most of us. Except the one person we need to hide, I believe.
Well, if I recall correctly, Gideon has a massive that's been sitting there at the stagecoach, right? Your massive dog that's there. Did he drop it? Or?
He's muted. I don't know what's going on.
Alright, yeah, Discord's been offering us some problems, so hopefully we'll get through this as we progress. But
Round 2.
hey, welcome back. But yeah, your dog's there, right? You're riding him, and
I have no idea if he got into trouble while he was there, but yeah.
He's been pretty good, well behaved. I mean, you kind of left him there like a horse, right? But yeah, we're looking at about 10:30, 11 in the morning, the air is getting a little bit more stingier with, or more stagnant with water sent into it, so you can smell like incoming rain fixing to come over.
I think we should get out of here. Head
Yeah,
north and start the job.
I think that would be for the best.
So, quick
So-
refresh. The cover was these are fruits or something, I think you said? Yeah. This is me out of character trying to remember stuff from last week.
Well, you're basically carrying stuff to carry stuff that's carrying stuff. Like, it's kind of like multi-layered. So, like, there's actual trade goods that he's sending out with you. Then underneath those trade goods, there's probably some pocketed stuff. But other than that, he's got it all tarped up anyway for the incoming rain that might be coming.
Okay.
Alright, so what are we doing as we're preparing to leave the stagecoach or staging area?
Oh, I'm taking myself to the head of the thing so I can drive the cart, because, well, horses are.
Alright, so you're going to be driving the horses. Alright?
I'll go shotgun.
Alright.
Storm's going to disguise self as a male version of Shishay.
That's an
Beautiful.
odd idea. So you're this pink hair warrior with the triangle-shaped hairdo going straight up from the back.
Yep.
That is very odd. And discerning. But carrying on, anybody else? What's
And then Storm's just going to sit in the back.
and Gideon's going to be riding his massive alongside, I assume, right?
Yeah, I'll be with that.
So, moving out. Let me get a perception check from Ryder, Bar, and Gideon. I would think Storm's trying to lay low, right?
I mean, kind of. I am bright pink hair, so I can't really do that easily.
Yeah. If you want to make a perception check, go ahead then.
I get disadvantage still, by the way. Exhausted.
Good for you.
I won't roll.
I do find it amusing that both the rogue took exhaustion.
I know. What's wrong, guys? Get some sleep. Shit.
You look a
Well-
little tired, Bar. You need some good berry.
I'll get some rest when we leave. Okay.
So you start pulling out, and basically what you're seeing is a small platoon of soldiers kind of going towards a certain direction up the road. Basically, the only person that caught a glimpse of it was Ryder. And Ryder's like, okay, we're getting out of here. We're going to take a right instead of a left because we don't want to go near that. We want to leave. So you leave out, make your way out towards the gate. You see a couple guards stationed there. They watch you as you go. They look at you. They kind of examine everybody there. And Fister, of
wave.
course, is also in the back with the Storm. And he's like, you don't really make a good shisha, you know that? As
I
you're
don't know what you're
passing,
talking about.
as you're passing by these guards. Of course, the guards are like, okay, whatever. And they let you go down this spiraling path that you took to get up to Smethphonica. You slowly make your way out, and with that, you are making distance. You make it out to the main road. You have two directions before you. If you go south, you head back to Shandor. If you head north, you go towards the Arcana. Which way does your group wish to go?
I believe this goes to the Arcana place? What is it called again?
Mages of the Arcana.
That was Ryder asking.
Oh, sorry.
I believe it's called the Veil of Valor. It's up north.
Yeah.
Take a left.
Oh, okay, this way. No, not that way, this way. Thank you.
Make an animal handling check. You walked into this.
Animal handling. I am talking to them.
Yeah, but you're giving them too many directions. Alright, you
What are you
managed to
talking
tell them the right way. They're like, but you said, but, okay, we'll go left. Click, click, cluck, cluck, cluck. So there they go. You're off You guys put about 30 minutes behind you, and it starts to rain. Not too heavy, just like a light rain, a light sprinkle. You can hear an occasional thunderstorm from here and there, but you continue making your way further north. The air is a little bit chilly. We're probably talking about like 50 degrees Fahrenheit for us in the US. And, you know, it's getting a little bit chillier in this time of year. But, wow, we are actually starting to catch up with our actual calendar year. It's still November in the game, but October now. But anyway.
So, idle curiosity, could we get a scene jump back to town with a Helmer Hammer and Riverhelm's reaction to what?
Oh,
Nope.
them
you do
being
not.
broke.
Nope, you do not. You can
Damn.
only imagine what's going on right now. But you guys make it out of Smith Monica, putting some distance behind you, and now you are continuing your journey up to the Vale of Fowler. You pass by a small village as you're heading up this way called Belleville. Small village is probably exaggerating. This is pretty much like 2 or 3 buildings and a couple houses. But, you know, you take note of that and then just kind of keep going. 12 o'clock rolls around. 1, 2. Is there anything you guys want to talk about while you're on this trip?
Should keep an eye out for some more herbs. For
That is true. I hope you guys didn't lose too much money back in Smith Monica on me.
No, we didn't lose any. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to lean back and you want to switch? I think you get a better view up here for the herbs.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could take a look out for extra herbs. I don't remember what one that was. What check?
yeah, I'm currently looking up what you currently got. Let me see where I did with that.
So storm one.
I have it in my bio. A 14 comfrey, 11 egg.
No, that's fine.
Five.
I don't need that. I got it.
Okay,
No,
sorry.
I just need it so I know what to tell you. Alright, so who wants to make the perception check for herbs?
I'll cast guidance on whoever wants to do it.
Who's
So I got a
Use
3
my
lancing,
perception
so I
will
can
probably
help.
be the best.
Do not roll it yet, just tell me who's going to do it.
Me, I guess.
And
Yeah, me.
is anybody giving him assistance?
So I'm kind of free at the moment, so yeah.
Yeah, with Gideon out
trying
roaming
to.
around, he'll go ahead and give you advantage on the rolls. And you'll get a D4 guidance from Storm. So go ahead and roll. Thank God for advantage, right? Alright, with that. Matter of fact, I need to bring up the other one, because I think we're going to give you some different, or some different flowers too to go with this. We'll look at this here. Alright. You find an herbal patch. You actually find a cottage too. It's ways off the road, but there's like a small path that kind of leads up to it, and along this path is like herbs galore going from the foot of the road towards the house itself. What do you want to do?
I feel like these herbs belong to whoever lived there, and maybe they wouldn't like us stealing them. Should we go talk to them first?
The rest of you chime
Sure.
in.
Sure. I mean, we're kind of on our way to make a delivery, but I guess a pit stop wouldn't hurt.
I mean, this is also kind of a thing that we're doing. So, looking for herbs.
Oh yeah.
I'll take a run up to the cottage really quick, alone, unless someone wants to follow.
Yeah, what are we doing, guys? So
I'm staying with the carriage.
Yeah, I can go with.
I'll stay at the cottage or at the with the
All right.
horses.
all right. So as
Get to the
you
cottage so
go,
fast.
traveling up this small little path, and you make it to the door, you kind of just gonna knock on the door,
Yeah, just
and just
light
sniffing the
knocking.
air, you can kind of get the essence of like herbs being boiled. Like there's some distilling going on inside, and this beautiful woman, red hair, green eyes, just kind of stares at you. She's a human. Can I help you with anything?
Oh well, I was traveling through, and I couldn't help notice all the herbs leading up to here. We were actually looking for some ourselves, but I didn't want to just take some without, you know, without permission.
That
Just
would be very bad if you did. Would you like to come in for tea?
I don't think we have sort of time for that,
Well, pity
but
that. You'd be
I'd
willing
be
to. Is she kind of staring at you?
pay to, I'd be willing to pay to be able to pick some herbs here if that's what you.
Would you like to come in and talk about it?
So unfortunately, we're doing a job right now, but we
Oh.
didn't want to steal stuff from you, so we thought we'd ask.
Well, I thought you would come in first, and maybe we could talk about it some more.
Who's with me? Gideon?
Yep, you and Gideon.
I'm not the brightest one, I whisper, but I don't trust this very much.
I'm assuming this whispering is done in halfling, and you're not actually stupid enough to say
I-
that in common.
Yeah, no, I would. I probably would, yeah. And
There's a line between stupid and just oh god.
Yeah.
here we go.
yeah,
Alright,
no,
so-
I would say halfling.
Well, if you don't want to come in, then the answer is no.
Alright, well, good day. And I'll kind of just back up slowly as I go back to
Enjoy
the
your
carriage.
tea.
Yes. Have a good day. And you wind
Well-
up leaving and walking away, right?
Yes.
Alright.
But I don't trust that with a 10-foot pole.
So, yeah, you walk back down the path, looking across all the herbs that you were seeing. And then you make it back to the coach or your carriage.
Can I just take one last look at the house, like see if someone's staring at us through the windows or something?
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
You catch a glimpse of her looking down the path just to see that you guys are not picking her flowers. And then once she sees that you're secured to the carriage, she turns back to whatever work she had on the inside.
Alright, let's go, I say to the horses,
Alright, so we're picking
leaving
up.
Barb.
Yeah, we're picking up and leaving again. So continue on for about another couple hours, and then the turn on the road kind of turns towards the left, towards the west, as it kind of involves into these this valley-like mountain pass that you're starting to go through. Are you really? You want to play
No,
this
no,
game?
no.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If I wanted to, I would say it out loud.
Well, I've been reading people tell me stuff while other people are talking, so sometimes that stuff goes through. So be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell me what we're doing here, guys. Don't use chat.
Well,
Continuing on to the Vale of Valor.
Continuing
Probably
on.
dozing on and off while traveling.
Yeah, it takes about 3 or 4 hours from the point of Belleville to get to where you are now, and what you're approaching now is this encampment. It looks like from like there's like a wooden outpost fence where there's like a guardhouse just sticking over the door or the gates that leads in, and then there's like as you go through the gatehouse, and the guards kind of look over at you, noticing you coming in, and then there's like a what is it? A horse stable and everything that's right next to the guard post where most people would park their vehicles before entering even further into the Arcana. At this point, you're kind of like being led by the guards, saying, "All right, you can park over here in these, like in one of the stables they got set aside."
Okay. What time is it about?
Well, let's see, 4, 5. It's getting close to 5 in the evening.
Pretty good time.
Did
Yeah.
we see it in on the way in?
Well, you did not. Like, because, we have player knowledge about how this place works. But no, you don't see
Yes.
an obvious inn. But you're in the stable house where you can ask questions, find out, inquire about things. As as one of the stage hands, or stable hands, come over and helps you park your horses and puts them away and, allows you to do whatever you're supposed to do. Do you recall
Hey,
what you were
Bar.
supposed to do, Bar?
Bar. Aren't we supposed to put this in the golden stall?
Yes, we were. Okay. Sorry, I totally spaced out.
It's a good thing
Yeah,
Gideon pays attention since I'm an unofficial member.
Yeah, so the stagehand comes over to you. He's like, "So, anything I could do for you?"
Yes, can we put this carriage in the golden store?
Aye. You guys looking for board for tonight, or
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
now the Arcana is not technically a city of cities, but if you go further north, there's a big like auditorium-like building, right? And inside this building, there's like as soon as you walk in, it's like a cafeteria sort. You just walk in there, you can order food, you can have drinks, and then there's like a little innkeeper who will, give you rooms, and then you just go into this auditorium, get you a room, and they'll show you a place where you can sleep for the night. It's a really good arrangement, and that's about all I could tell you. Is there anything else you need to know while you're here?
Just make,
Or you go ahead.
just make sure that this ends up in the right place.
Oh, trust me, it will definitely get there. He kind of like motions with his hands in like a thieves' cant to represent that he's with the shadows. But you just take care. We'll go ahead and take care of everything here. And with that, you guys are kind of free to go do whatever you want at this point.
Hopefully they won't appropriate the carriage, because I don't think we could
Storm, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. You hear a loud crash of lightning. Everybody does, or thunder in this case. Lightning flashes, thunder, the rain starts coming down even harder. And you're kind of knocked into some kind of trance-like state, Storm. And it seems like you're hearing an off-heard conversation, like you're not supposed to be listening, but you're hearing it anyway. And it's like, it's not like I planned to do those kind of things. I don't know why they're blaming me for any of this. It's not my fault. If only. And then it kind of shuts off from there. And it was a female voice that you heard. Young, perhaps, a young voice.
And then do I come to?
And
then you snap out of it.
I fall over, and I can snap out of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You okay? I kind of lean over him.
the storm is here.
Yes, and it
Oh
is-
yeah, have you seen it? It's burning
It's
like
been dark
crazy.
today.
It had what I'm searching for, what I had been searching for a while. It's nearby. It's close. I heard a voice.
What did it say?
It was a female voice saying she was being blamed for something she didn't do.
I didn't do it.
No, you're not part of the storm.
Glad that carriage ride's over, guys. So, what are we doing?
Should we go talk to the guy who we're supposed to deliver that to? Make sure he gets it and takes care of it all.
I think it's taken care of sufficiently. I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't want to get paid.
Yeah, while you're having that conversation, kind of moseying away, you're kind of being... Like, if you're too close to your carriage, they're kind of pushing you along, like, go ahead and move so we can take care of this as they're unloading your carriage.
Well, I'll walk with Storm because apparently there's someone around that has been falsely accused, like I have. Well, I mean,
No, you were straight up guilty of what they accused
God,
you of.
yes, you were.
I'm going to the cafeteria slash whatever.
Yeah, the
To
auditorium.
the auditorium.
Yeah. And I take it everybody else wants to follow with.
Yeah.
So, making your way to this auditorium, you could see, like, well, as you're trying to travel through the streets and head north, it's easy to see it. It's this big, squared-off building that has, like, 2 or 3 stories, well, about 3 stories to it, to where they have, like, rooms on the upper levels and whatever's in the bottom. As you're traveling along to your right, you see a circular tower, and then other towers, like, behind the auditorium. And then you see several robed figures with, like, cloaks over their head. And, you know, like, they're trying to block out the rain with whatever kind of blankets they can bring out, or umbrellas of sorts. And, you know, they're rushing in and out of the auditorium, going to certain locations around the camp. You walk into the auditorium, you can see several people just kind of shrugging off the rainstorm, just clearing out their cloaks, snapping them, making themselves as dry as they can, with prestidigitation going off every so often to keep everybody dry and clear. And matter of fact, one mage kind of comes over there and helps you out. Prestidigitation, and whoosh, you're all cleaned up. Oh, there you go.
you think you could help my hair? I put out my still singed hair. Slightly singed.
I don't think I can help you there. No, sorry. And just so I have something to show for it. Welcome to the Arcana. My name is Draken. How are you? And this is like a red dragonborn who... No, wait, this is probably not the dragonborn. Yeah, this is the dragonborn. Draken Fosler, at your service.
Draken kind of sounds like dragon.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So yeah, it has to be a dragonborn. Yeah, so it's this
I would have
red...
probably offhand
It's this
commented
red
that.
scaled dragonborn, and Fizzer's kind of looking around. Eh? He looks like a big version of me. Who are you? I just told you, Draken Fosler, at your service. Eh?
I knew you were red.
I'm not red, I'm black scaled. Get it right. Taps you in the back of the head. Just said he had similar features, not the same color, ditwit.
Bah, whatever. Kind of late kick him.
You hear him flick the blade of his scythe, and make sure you hear it.
Oh, you
Settle
come off
down,
it.
children. Settle down.
But, Drake, it's like, yes, come on in out of the code, and I'm just here to make sure everybody who comes in is well presented and not freezing to death from all this wet rain that's happening. Seems to be quite a common occurrence here lately. But please, by all means, come on in. And, you know, with that, you guys are free to come into the auditorium, cafeteria.
Yeah, I
You s-
follow.
Yeah, you see lines at like kind of like how you're at school, you know, you got this line to the kitchen lady and she's like dropping food for everybody who wants it. It's like a quick way to serve everybody. So There's actually restaurants that do it that way too. I can't remember the name of it. Piccadilly, I believe it was called. But you can grab a tray, go up there, grab you whatever grub you want that they have ready, and then you can pay for it as you go, and grab you drinks wherever you need to, and you can still probably order drinks as well. But yeah, it's a pretty self-serve type of venue here now. With that,
There's a part of me that wants to ask about food Gideon maybe has never seen before.
I'm sure you can find several things that are more refined considering the location and the type of people who eat here.
Is there any magic
I was
food?
just thinking in the realm of weird.
Let's see, what would be weird? There is a strange plate of snails that kind of catches your eye. Like an escargot type platter that you can pick up from.
I look at it in horror.
These poor snails never had a chance.
Poor snail.
There's a lot of mushroom type vegetable stewed together with other vegetables, but it's like a mushroom potluck or whatnot. Mostly vegetables though, for those who do not wish to partake in meat. And then there's also a giant pig that's being carved into, that's roasted.
I will avoid and like the general
you just tell
area
me what
of
you
the-
want to get. I don't care what you avoid.
Yeah, I'm just definitely trying some of this weird shit.
I'm just
anything
going to be-
weird that's not.
What'd you say, Bar?
I'm going to be getting random stuff.
Alright. Yeah.
Storm will get some fish.
Yeah,
If
they
there's
even
any
have, like,
weird
fresh
looking
fish.
mushroom stuff, then I will definitely go for it.
You have the mushroom porridge. It sounds like Storm's getting like a fish platter. Then there's the mixture of roast pork and other edibles like the snails, and it's just a mixed wide variety, and other random things like corn and peas and green beans, stuff like that you would see like on the side. There's even macaroni if you want mac and cheese.
Macaroni?
Yep, mac and cheese if you're up for that. This golden substance of noodles and cheese sauce.
My God.
It is. But yeah, and as you can see, there are several mages kind of planted here, just kind of chilling out for the day. It seems like the weather's kind of keeping everybody inside. Let me see here. Trying to think where everybody is. There's like a whole list of people where I'm trying to see who is actually here for you to interact with. There's a young human mage who's at one table having a conversation with a very familiar female mage that Bar and Gideon would know, and that's Tierra. And they're having a slight conversation about recent, like just hearing it in passing. It's like recent activities that they had to go check in on. And then they kind of notice they're in new company, and then Tierra kind of nods for a minute. She's like, wait a minute, as you're kind of passing by. I've seen you. We worked together, didn't we?
Us?
Yes.
Yes. A while back.
Yes, you had that rude druid in your party, that dwarf. Fernberg, I think his name was. But
Yes.
I did get your letter. Glad to see that was taken care of. Now, I don't recall any of the rest of you offending Artemis or myself, so for that, if there's any other job offers, I will allow your company to be a part of it again. It's just so rude when people come out, making such high demands and trying to tell you how to do your job. You know what I mean?
I'd say he was having a bad day, but it seems like he was always having a bad day.
Yes, some people are like that, I suppose. Oh, by the way, this is Marcus. Marcus, these are some folks that I did some work with down in Shandor. What was it, about a week or two ago? Something like that, maybe 3. And Marcus, he's this young, vibrant looking man, human. red hair. Pleasure to meet you. But other than that, you're free to take a table wherever you want.
I'll kind of just wave and I say, I'm the new druid. I feel like I'm better than the others, but I don't know him.
Says the druid who nearly caused an explosion in Smathmonica. I read the report.
Oh no, I did that.
Yes.
No,
And
that did.
I read the report. I'm not sure if that's any better, but maybe you have better manners. We'll see. I don't know yet. Don't know you.
I mean, I didn't mean to do it.
Nobody ever means to do anything, do they?
I mean, I can create this flower, and I'll pull a flower out of my staff. My new burned staff.
Cute. No, go ahead and relax. You've all come up here for some reason, I guess, so I'll leave you to your business. And she'll leave you to your business. And unless you want to inquire more with her, she's right there. You're free to find an empty place. I can keep telling you about who's around here. Just let me know what you want to know.
Idle curiosity. Would be wondering if we see, what was it, Justin, the Nico time, who got squirreled away here?
Yeah, I'd probably be looking around.
See, I had a conflict of interest on that because I was like, what if Justin was the one that did the presentation? But I was like, no. And I kind of want to just say he's... But yeah, you take a look around. You do not see him.
Like, if he's not here, that's cool.
Yeah, he's not here. He's not here. Not in this group. But
Storm's gonna find a quiet table to sit down at and go ahead and fry his food with some lightning, and then keep an eye out of people around here and keep an eye on the.
Let me get another
storm.
wisdom saving throw from you as you use your lightning to spark your food.
I'm curious why you use lightning on food, even though it's already cooked, unless you literally eat ash.
Yeah, so he's kind of playing with his food, sparking it, and all of a sudden you see him trance out again. And then all of a sudden you're led back into this conversation like, so basically what I understand, that gods that plan to ascend, they can't at this time. Why is that? Why can't they? What's the drawback? What's going on? I don't understand why we're even learning this, but... And then it cuts out from there.
I'll go ahead and fall face first into my food.
No, piece of... He lands his face in a plate of ash.
I'm just kind of staring at him. Is that how
Apparently
you
he was-
normally eat?
Apparently, I was very hungry.
I had another vision. Something about transcending to godhood. I don't know what's going on.
What are you going to?
No, it was the female voice.
Are you a god?
No, I am simply part of the storm.
Some random stuff going on in the background. There's a half-orc who comes storming in. He just kind of shakes off his cloaks and everything, and he's wearing the same gray robe, silver cord, and then, he just got this hood he pulls down. You can see his green to blackish kind of hair, and one of his tusks is missing, but you can definitely tell this is a half-orc that just walked in. He's just looking around pensively and then trying to find a seat. The Draken Fosler that you met earlier, he kind of goes upstairs at this point. But other than that, you guys are still just free to have conversation, figure out what you want to do at this point. What is...
Is there anything...
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is there anything that you want to do now that you're with the storm?
I haven't found it yet. I was gonna ask the nice lady that you worked with Baron Gideon before, after I finished my meal.
I thought this was the storm you were looking for.
I believe it's not an actual thundercloud with lightning, even though that is a storm. My storm is different.
Okay.
About it.
And I thought I was crazy believing in the fact that everything that around me is what gives me power. Well, actually, no. I shouldn't think that I'm crazy. Don't think you're crazy.
Yeah, I totally agree. You shouldn't think. Or maybe you
I don't
should
think they do.
Can I point my wand of smiles at Fizzer?
You sure could. What's the saving throw?
It's just gonna make him smile. It's a DC 10. It just makes him smile
Oh, trust
for
me.
a minute if he fails.
I know. I know what's going to happen as soon as he does, if he does fail. So let me find him. I believe he is.
I would do it under the table. I mean, try to decently.
It's not like he doesn't know what your wand does. Alright, you said wisdom?
Yes. Oh, it's wisdom.
Huh,
Yeah.
interesting, Fizzer. You see him start to smile, and he's like, huh, this is interesting. His eyes seem to squint and curve as well as he kind of looks towards you. I hope you don't plan on sleeping tonight.
I'm just kinda like, oh, this is even worse.
And he
Now that
just, he's full smile and he's grinning and he's just staring at you like he will not stop staring at you because, yeah, you wanted this, remember? I just want you to know that you did this to me. Yeah, keep an eye on me. Make me smile. See what happens. But,
I'm still happy with this outcome.
ting. He flicks the back of his scythe. We got work to do tonight.
I'm not
Settle down,
worried.
kobolds. You
Although I'm
can't
scared.
kill people.
It's sorry, I would quit laughing, but look at this. His face all contorted. He can't stop smiling. But yeah. What else would you like to do?
I would like to buy the most secure room in the inn. In whatever inn there is.
He just gives you a normal key. And
Okay.
yeah, there's like an innkeeper that's... See, like there's the auditorium, right? And all towards the right as you walk in is the auditorium, the tables, and then the dining, you know, the little line that you go through to fill your food and everything, and grab your drinks. And then you have what's off to the left is a stairway that leads up, right? And then there's like a desk, reception-like area where the guy who controls all the keys that goes to the rooms, and he'll look at you. Secure room. 1 gold piece.
Alright, I'll set it down.
And he'll take your gold and give you a key. It says 101 on it.
Right. I kind of look over to Fizzer. He's still smiling at this point?
Oh yeah, he's got 5 minutes of this.
Is it 5 minutes? I thought it was only a minute.
I believe it's 5. And
I'm
if
gonna
it
grab
ain't...
my key next.
Alright, he tells you 1 gold.
I'll go down.
And he gives you a room to 102.
Right.
Anybody else?
Storm's gonna go up to the lady that knew Gideon and Lar.
Alright. No, she just finishing having a drink and Marcus was fixing to leave and she turns up to you. Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I came here searching for something. Felt like I was drawn towards this area. My name is Storm, and I've come seeking the storm.
I'm sure I don't have to point out the obvious. And she just points up.
It's not the natural weather.
I was just making sure. You never know, because some people are quite literal. But knowing that people come here, a lot of things must be cryptic. So tell me about this storm you're looking for.
First off, the Dracon mentioned that you've had an awful lot of storms recently. I feel like this is something unnatural, and shouldn't be happening, and hence why I was drawn here.
Well, it has been a little unnatural, but it's not uncommon.
I've been hearing some voices, like I was hearing a conversation I wasn't a part of, entrance of her young female voice. Um, Something about transcending into godhood, or uh, being blamed for things that she didn't do.
I do believe it sounds like something. Hearing voices all of a sudden. Tell me more about who you are. Like, what kind of... Are you a spellcaster of some sort?
I am. My name is Gale Sergio. I go by Storm. I born on the seas, sailed for many years. Some sailors had found me when I was young and taught me everything I know about sailing the seas.
I hear you on the physical front, but are you a spellcaster?
I was getting there.
Yes,
I
please.
began manifesting some powers that some magic, they would say, that wasn't taught magic. I have some control over Storm, and I'll just go ahead and start lighting my fingers with some lightning.
So, does that mean you're a warlock, perhaps? I mean, you don't... Unless you're a sorcerer.
I don't remember making any pact with any greater being.
So, does that mean you're a sorcerer, then?
If you want to put that title on it, yes, perhaps I am.
Now, I'm just trying to see if you're not just sensitive, so to speak. And about this time, as she's kind of thinking this over with you, 3 young children come down the stairs, like teenage children. You see a blonde-haired girl and a young boy who's got like a black mark going around his neck. And then this one girl, it's kind of black hair, kind of quiet looking, just kind of blinds your eye for a moment, like a lightning bolt just went off in front of you, and then you focus on her, and she descends into the stairwell with the other 2. Oh. And she's... Tiara's kind of gauging you and her. And this girl kind of turns in your direction and kind of stops and looks at you. And I need you to make another wisdom saving throw. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
You see her eyes light up as she gets recognition that you kind of said this mentally. And how can this be? And Tiara's just kind of like, interesting. What is going on here? Well, now you have my full attention. Rachel, if you mind, dear, come sit here for a moment. Why don't you have a seat as well, Storm?
Of course.
And while you guys are getting situated and I can mentally prepare how this conversation's going to go, I'm just going to ask, is anybody else up to anything at this moment?
I'm not up to anything, but...
I just don't want to leave the spotlight on one person for too long in case there's something you want to achieve before bed.
I was really also barricading my room.
If Gideon requires attention, you'll know.
Alright, so Vizor's like being nosy. He's kind of like, he's around, but he's just kind of like staying a little ways away from the table. Still got that smile on, even though it wore off a long time ago. But Tiara kind of looks over and says, "So, Rachel, can you tell us what your teacher has been going over with you here recently? And she kind of gives her an odd look. It's like, well, he brought up, like, the old Arcana, you know, whenever... can't remember what exactly he was talking about, but right before the After Rebirth happened, how there was something that the Arcana partook in order to make something happen, and then with that... Yes, the After Rebirth, of course. As most people who join the Arcana, that's one of the first lessons that you must find. But, what else? And while we're doing that, that's another thing. I need to look up a certain name that I kind of forgot because it was related to another character. Let me double check this name real quick while I... Let's see here. So I know it's in somebody's backstory, and I just gotta grab it real quick. Of course, he's got a freaking novel here, so give me a minute. Oh, for God's sakes, could you have written things correctly? Never mind, we'll come back to that name.
Backstory?
Nah, actually, there might be a better way for me to find this out. No, I don't. Like, I had this one thing about his past that linked into everything, and then, yeah, after they left, it kind of left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Raspin Von Brazen. Found it. Alright. She continues on. She's like, we were told that one of the first of the mages of the Arcana was an archmage by the name of Raspin Von Brazen. And, you know, he... Oh, what is it? He started the new era? Current, you know, like whenever our time switched to After Rebirth. Because he brought balance to the world, right? Like, he created, in essence, a sigil of sorts that banished people who were too powerful for the material plane. You know, invoking that all celestial beings be sent to the celestial planes, all the abyssals go into the abyssal, or anybody who obtained too much power that could threaten humanity would be sent away. But there was also talk about godhood and how the gods obtained their new ranks as soon as the After Rebirth happened. But something's been bothering me, Tiara. I feel like there's something keeping those who might be able to ascend from ascending. Does that make sense? Because it's been bothering me for a while. And she just kind of stares at it for a minute. It's like, well, it could be possible that entities who are meant for godhood are being birthed into the material plane. Speculation, theory, true or not, no one knows. And if that's the case, then perhaps the binding that the Arcana created might be affecting that. But through that binding, we're also able to do summons that normally you would think a clergy should be able to do. We can call down the celestial if we need to, and have a seraphim of holy power come down. But blocking some celestial power return, I don't know. It's confusing. And they're having this little boggle conversation there, Storm, and you're free to chime in anytime with any ideals of your own.
I know nothing of Resin the Godhood, but I've heard some of your conversation, Rachel.
She just kind of turns towards you and seems a little sterner, a little more edgier, edgelord-like. And she's like, I believe I'm to ascend. And Tiara just gives her a look like, really? You think you're a god now? But I've been nothing but trouble for certain gods who were trying to chase me across the ocean. I was chased down by 2 storm giants, and God bless Lindsay and that dragon who saved us. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. And the longer that I stay in this mortal coil, I feel like I cannot achieve what I'm supposed to achieve. So, how do I ascend?
And now my reason for coming here has become clear. I meant to help you.
And Tiara's like at a loss of what to actually input at this point, and she's just kind of staring at her staff, which has been shifting colors off and on. You might need to talk to Spencer about this. And yes, I agree, she says to the staff. Spencer might have some knowledge, but what you're proposing might be more dangerous to the world itself. So, be careful, child. I mean, I know you're here to study magic, but you seem to be studying too much of taboo. But this is a research facility. We don't discourage anyone from learning beyond what is actually normal, you know? So it's not like it's a bad thing, but it is odd for you to be going down this path. But if it's a path you must walk, then be assured that Spencer and I and the rest of the Arcana will try to assist. And I suppose you two have some kind of connection because Rachel here also demonstrates powers with electric storm-like abilities. And you kind of see her eyes kind of shimmer with a little bit of lightning across them. And fades out just as quickly, and she's just... I don't know how you can help me, Rachel starts. But for now, I gotta think about this. And I will see Spencer first thing tomorrow.
I don't know how I can help you either, but I'm here. This is the reason I have come.
I will get back to you soon. This is a little much to take in right now. I mean, I didn't mean to unload all this, but it's also been weighing in my mind. Try not to think too much on me, because I feel like you're invading my privacy, as she points at her head. So, you just keep your distance for now. I'll let you know if you can help me soon. And she kind of distances herself from the table, bows towards Tiara, and walks away. Back to, actually, the other 2 kids that she was with. Very interesting.
It's not like I tried to overhear her conversation. It just happens twice now in the last half an hour and a couple times before.
Well, what will you do with your new information that you have?
Honestly, I don't know. I was meant to come here, meant to help her. But if she won't accept me, I don't know.
Perhaps we should talk to Spencer in the morning. For now, why don't you and your friends that you came in with, I see that most of them have turned off, and she kind of looks over at Fisher, who's been watching this entire conversation. Yes, you're a very strange fellow to have around. Oh, hey, thanks! I think I'll excuse myself. And Fisher kind of approaches you like, so, that was weird, right?
Yeah, it was very weird.
So, if you leave, do I get your share?
Share of what?
I want that in writing.
Share of what?
Your
I
share
leave
of
my
anything.
share of what?
Like, it sounded like you wanted to stay or something. So if that's the case, I want your share.
Well, if I'm not a part of the job, then I don't get a share. You'd have to talk to Bar. He's the leader.
Excellent. I'll get on that first thing in the morning. But first, he flicks the back of the blade on his side. I have some business to take care of. You think they're
Leave
all
Ryder
settled
alone.
in? Ryder used that wand on me. I think it's only fair I pay her back in kind.
It was a harmless effect.
Fine, have it your way. And he storms off and walks upstairs.
Storms off.
Yeah. Shit. So at this point here, you guys are taking a sleeper at this point? Nobody wants to do anything? Anything?
Yeah, I'll go to bed.
Alright, so you'll get a key for 1 gold, and that'll be room 103? 104? 104. Gideon got his own room as well, right?
Yeah, 1 gold per room.
Yep, so yeah, everybody paid a gold. Basically, it goes straight down the number. Not that hard. And Fizzer just kind of wanders the halls. But other than that, you guys are having a night's rest, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so morning comes. Bar, you're no longer exhausted. Congratulations. It's about 6 a.m. when everybody starts waking up because you guys went to bed really early. How would you guys like to start your day?
So let me get this straight. I am in a very magical place that might have a lot of magical items that I'm early in the morning and everyone's probably asleep right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to do?
I'll go let somebody else go.
Anybody else wants to start their morning?
I would like to make sure I have all my limbs.
Well, you wake up, you wiggle your left arm, you wiggle your right arm, you wiggle your toes, you realize your right toe's missing. Oh, never mind, there it is. It was just numb because you kind of slept on it wrong.
I'll unbarricade my door. Head downstairs.
Alright.
Storm's going for breakfast and hoping to see Bar and the rest of the crew.
As you're walking down the stairs, you can see one person's already there for their early morning breakfast. The whole, auditorium is, still being prepped for breakfast for the most part, but there's still, breakfast to be had if you need it. And you see Spencer sitting at a table all by himself with the little ferret just wandering across the table in front of him as he's, staring over some papers and having a bite of toast and some eggs.
Hello, Spencer. May I join you?
Oh, yeah. Trying to think. Does he know you?
He doesn't know me, but I know of him.
Alright, so yeah, in that case, he's just kind of he said my name, but I don't know exactly who are you. And he's like, who are you?
My name is Storm. Well, actually, it's Gale. I go by Storm. I was on the ship and helped Azalea several times, and she mentioned you.
Oh, Acelia, yeah. She's still here, actually.
Oh, good. Perhaps I'll run into her, but that's not the reason I came.
Oh, well, what can I do for you?
I was drawn here. Storm was calling. We seem to have lots of storms here recently, and, well, I was drawn here. Met Rachel last night.
Nice.
I feel like I was meant to help her with something. We were going to talk to you this morning, I guess. But
he kind of sighs heavily because he's it's like a conversation he doesn't want to have, but it might, he's preparing for it very well. Is Ryder coming down as well, or what?
As soon as I see Kiko, and
yeah. Wait, you're gonna turn into a ferret and go at him?
yes.
So as you jump
I'm
towards
"Hi!"
Kiko blinks, and then he's off the table, and now he blinks back next to Spencer on his left shoulder, and he kind of points at you. Okay, that's funny. Another ferret in my reign. And Spencer kind of grabs towards the scruff of your neck. Do you get away or anything?
I try to run. Can I try to wave at him?
You can. He's just wanting to pick you up. Are you gonna run away?
Right.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so he'll pick you up by the scruff of your head. You're kind of waving at him as he does. Yep, I know. So this is Ryder. Already busy with the beast shapes, I see. That's good, because I actually have something to talk to you about once you decide, well, no, you can stay a ferret. I don't care. Just make sure you listen to what I have to ask. Is anybody else coming down?
So what time are we looking at right now?
Oh, it is 6 a.m., but you guys went to bed so damn early that, yeah, you're stuck in the early morning now. An interesting story's about to happen. I would love for everybody to make it down for breakfast.
Well, since you asked, so fine.
Yeah, I mean, I figure I'd give you guys a little cadence here.
See that, and Gideon's got a magic stick that
Yes, let's find out what happens.
I'm going to impress the wizards with my wizardy stick.
There you go. So, Gideon starts coming down. Bar, what are you doing? What do you think you're going to be doing?
I think he had to go.
Oh, wait, is he BRB? Okay, I apologize. So we're just kind of waiting on him real quick. We can switch this to peaceful for now. So, you know, he let you and Kiko kind of play around on the table for a little bit as he kind of eats his breakfast, and he kind of goes back to Storm while everybody's starting to come down. So, you met with Rachel. You kind of have a bead on what's going on, I think. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're still not fully understanding the situation.
I overheard some of her conversations with something greater than any of us. And she mentioned she feels she needs to ascend.
Well, between a couple of us here at the Arcana, there's a theory going around that she might be an entity, not an actual human. And why I say entity, it's if she is truly to ascend to a godhood state, this entity would probably need for the Arcana to break their long-term safe ward of the material plane, and that's not something that's easily done. Not something easily to consider to be done either. And Kiko and Ryder are just jostling around, chasing each other's tails, and just hear a bunch of squeakers. Every now and then, Kiko blinks to one side of the table and then blinks to the other as Ryder catches up.
Fair.
I was drawn here to help in any way I can, and I feel I need to do as such. Just let me know what I can do.
Alright, well, tell you what, gather up the rest of your friends, and I will let you know what I need Ryder to do, which might also relate to what might be needed done for Rachel as well.
Wait, how do you know Ryder?
Oh, I met Ryder here in the prison.
Wait, you were?
I'm pretty sure Visser told us about the dude.
Oh, did he? I thought Visor was still going by. He broke her out.
Oh yeah, he was totally lying that shit up. Like, this should have been something Ryder brought up.
I don't know if she ever did, so that's why I was.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you guys want to have a comment? It's like whenever I asked
think I
you,
brought it up a little bit.
if you didn't go into it in detail enough for them to remember, then you're fair enough to say that she forgot to mention it. The bracelet. Did you mention who put the bracelet on you?
Shake my head.
I don't think you fully did. No.
Oh wait, no.
You briefly went over it, but not who did it. So yeah, Spencer's like, yeah, met him over there at the prison, and for exchanging favors, I helped them out. And this one particular favor might help also Rachel as well.
Ah, I see. She didn't really tell us who gave her that bracelet or broke her out of prison. Our kobold friend said that he did, but he's a lying sack of shit, so I didn't believe him.
Poor
It's a
Fizzard.
little harsh.
That is. I
He's
feel
a little harsh.
Yeah, well, fair. Fair assumption, don't get me wrong. That's me as a GM telling you, not Spencer. He's like, okay, well, yeah, I helped your friend out. And I'm aware that there's a few more of you, right? So let's get everybody together. And then I'll go ahead and tell you what's needed to be done. Bar, are you back? Okay, Bar is not.
Yeah, I just got that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say we could probably do a quick break here if we needed to. But if you're back, yeah, we just need everybody downstairs now. So, Storm, are you gonna go get them, or?
I'm just going to head downstairs.
All right. So you head downstairs. Gideon comes down as well, or?
Yeah, sure, it's a little out of character to be out and about from this time, but
Well, like I said, you all went to bed way too early, so you're kind of up, and it's like, what do I do? And with that, you're all kind of joining Spencer downstairs. Visser's nowhere to be found. And Ryder turns back to normal.
Just as everyone.
Yeah, and Spencer opens up the satchel next to his left side, and Kiko disappears into it. Was there one more of you guys, or?
I don't know. Yeah.
This is the major important ones. I don't know what the kobold's doing,
Fair.
where he went.
Well then, I guess I'll
He
go ahead.
roamed around.
So, I recently aided your friend, and I will be monitoring them until I feel that the debt has been paid. Now, the reason I need a druid is I need you to locate another druid for me. You wouldn't happen to know, and I feel awkward to say this name, but the druid in question is named Philippi Moostruck. Yes, Moostruck.
Have I heard of this name?
Make a history check. Have you been with any of the Circle of the Moon? You're actually land, so probably not. We'll see.
But-
We'll do a history,
yeah,
though.
we'll see. That is a -2, so let's.
Yeah. No, your
No
circle
idea.
did not go to the Circle of the Moon that often, since you guys were kind of left to your own devices on the southern end of Dondra. But he goes on to say, this guy, he was a lighthearted fellow when I first met him. A while back, when a band of druids from the Circle of the Moon visited. However, it seems that through one of his younglings that got away, that Philippi found an item and went mad, killing off half the circle, and asked him to. And this young lad, he came in asking me to help him, help find out what happened to his master. After understanding what exactly happened through investigations, through memories, using scanning the mind as sorts, a plan was struck to find a cleric to help define where this object could be, or try to invoke some kind of divination that could, from their current resources. But, however, this item, it's obscured from scrying. Now, even though we weren't able to scry the actual item, somehow we were led to Smathvonica. And during that investigation of Smathvonica, I ran into Ryder. Kiko felt like it was part of what we were led there to do, and I pulled whatever strings I could to kind of get you out of there. And now I need you to find Philippi. So, yes, about Philippi Moonstruck. He tends to like cow forms, and he usually grazes most of the day like an actual cow. And he's been known to hold his shapes for up to 12 to 15 hours. Many druids find this man hard to talk to because he's always pretty much mooing around every time he talks. It's an embarrassment to talk about this guy, but for him to just flip a switch and then all of a sudden kill half his circle. Whatever item he found might be something that we need. And we need to get it back from him so that he can retain his sanity, if that's even possible. The last thing we know, from according to his youngling that was trying to track him or, run away, is that he turned into an ant, traveled underground, and he was never heard from again.
You're sure this item is causing this, and it just wasn't a coincidence that he happened to come by this item at that time?
I don't think in his right mind he would do violent acts, especially against his own clan. I mean, he was pretty much a hermit among the bunch. I mean, he just hung out with a bunch of cows. But, it's just whatever he found. Maybe he stomped on something that was, different than anything in the world. Just kind of made him go mad, crazy, chaotic, if you would. And he just started slaying his own circle and then took whatever it is that he had and hid it underground in, who knows, in an ant farm or even further. I don't know. He's had a lot of time to travel wherever he wants to travel. I don't know exactly. No, go ahead.
You have no idea where his most recent position, wherever he was located?
He usually grazes with the cows over in Belleville, and then they kind of herd themselves towards the east of that little village. I don't know if you ran by there on the way here, but you could probably ask around there, find some details, see if you can find out more about him. But Philippi is just some dopey old man from all I know. He just can't take him serious, and then all of a sudden he starts lashing out. It's not like him. So, we think he has a certain item, and I don't know how keen your bunch is on certain relics. Have you heard of the miasmic rocks? Or miasmic shards? And I will allow Arcana checks for those trained in Arcana.
Oh.
It's not very many people. Gideon, since you have a wand, and because I want to laugh, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Get a natural 20.
I'm looking for it.
Weirder shit's happens. That's
Nah.
nope.
Oh.
None of you have heard of these miasmic shards. And he kind of glances at you and says, I see, so you're not informed. It's not uncommon. This is not something that's usually talked about. It has been known that before the rebirth, that there were these relics that were created to make a certain rune appear into the material plane to block out certain people or beings that could pose a serious threat due to their power becoming way too much. These are known as the miasmic shards.
So it's like the thing that you've already built.
Well, we split the shards and we sent them away so that, or at least according to old texts, that they were sent away and nowhere to be found. However, it would seem one was found recently, and then another one was found even more recent. If I'm not mistaken, there's 4 shards in total, and then 2 pyramid-looking objects that kind of combine together for the shards to surround. And if these miasmic shards were all brought back together in full, in whole, then perhaps the ward could be dispelled, perhaps the ascension could happen, and perhaps Rachel would be the entity of whatever godhood they are supposed to ascend to. However, can't get anywhere without knowing where Moonstruck is. So if you can't find Philippi, there's nothing I can do to help Rachel. And this object is obscured by divination, so any kind of, method of trying to do that, it seems like there's something blocking it. So you're gonna have to do some probably physical investigation to try to find Moostra.
I guess I could try.
Oh,
If it'll help Storm, I definitely wish to.
he
And I
brings
know
a,
it will help you.
he brings a hand to your shoulder and he looks you sternly in the eye. I know you will do more than try. Am I right? And he kind of offers a soft, warm smile. At the same time, it's a nice, warm smile, but at the same time, you can see him giving you, like, the 5th degree. It's like, you're gonna do this, right?
Yeah, I'll do my best at my. If he could do what he can, he's definitely more powerful than me.
I will say that if you need to have a conversation with me while investigating this for me, just tap on the bracelet that I gave you. If I'm available, I'll send you a sending. That's basically a way for me to just send you a message, and then you can send something back, alright?
Okay, bracelet is now completely public knowledge, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna poke it with my stick.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Nothing happens, but Spencer is looking at this half-naked halfling using a wand to poke your... That's a interesting wand you have there. I don't believe I caught your name.
I'll poke it with my wand as well.
Gideon. Nice to meet you, Gideon. Matter of fact,
this is my wizardy stick. I got it in a shop.
It does.
I have one too.
It does look very wizardy. You don't have to try to show him up. I mean, okay.
I wasn't trying to show.
No. He was saying that to he was saying that to Ryder, and then he's like, I need to just back myself out of this conversation. I see where this is going. And he's like...
See, I was hoping he'd have some interest in it and be like, so,
what kind of wand is it?
It's the wizardy stick.
Would you mind
See the black plastic?
I see
it's
that.
A wizardy.
It's a very unique thing. You know what? Let me have that for a second, and I'll see if I can enhance it for you. How about that?
That would be amazing. Do it, Gideon.
Do you hand it to him?
You know, I'll take the chance. I don't think he'd, dick us over when he's trying to have us help him out.
He'll whisper some words into the wand, and you can see like your cork start to glow, and then he kind of, and then it just suddenly pops with a bright light for a minute, and then fades down. And he says, "All right, wave your wand. Just do like a circle." He hands it back
Why
to you.
not?
So you wave it in a circle. Suddenly, your cork emits light. The actual light spell. It's as if the light spell is now enchanted inside this wand. And the cork is the source of where it is. You basically got a flashlight now.
What's a cork?
The end of his freaking wand. That's what it is.
The end of my wand.
It's actually like a stopper to a bottle, and he like jammed the edge up into a stopper.
And then we had an artificer at the time who decided, you know what, let's actually shave this down and fit it a little more properly.
Yeah.
So now it's Gideon's magic-y wizard stick.
Yep, and now we enchanted it with a light spell. This here will give you 5 charges of light spell, so you can wave it in a circle, and it'll activate, and then, use up a charge, and then it'll recharge at dawn. So, and then you just wave it in a circle again to turn it off.
Now Gideon, magical.
Yes, he kind of claps his hands and he looks at you. He's like, I didn't think you'd be able to pull it off, but look at you. You might want to join the Mages of the Arcana, huh? Would you like a spell book?
I kind of turn around and kind of pout.
Yeah, he kind of gives you this dead serious look. Do you want a spell book?
I'm trying to determine if Gideon has any use for a book other than probably doodling it later.
Well, what do you tell him? Like, what would be Gideon's straight up answer?
Why not?
He'll reach into his pouch and he pulls out like a notepad that's empty and everything, and he just hands it to you. And it may not look like much, but for someone like you don't need anything as exotic like I have. So, consider yourself lucky. Your magic spells won't even cost you a thing to write down in here. And he hands it to you. He's like, just be creative. Think of whatever you can come up with for a spell, and then write it down. And if it actually works, you'll know. But if it don't, then you just wrote down a bunch of gibberish. But hey, that's how we mages work. We experiment. And he's just kind of handing it off to you. You kind of, like the rest of you, if you want to make an insight check on him.
Yes, please.
You get the idea that he just wants to keep Gideon busy, and then at the same time he might find amusement in seeing what Gideon writes down. So he hands off this blank notebook to you and hands you a standard quill and ink if you need it. And says, there you go. All you have to do is just write down whatever you can come up with for a spell, and then, try to use it, and then if it works, congratulations. You might actually have a place here in the Arcana after all. If that's the case, I'll even share some spells with you personally. So if you get one to work, you come back and see me, alright?
The joke's on you guys, since Fargrim went away, is going to become a barbarian wizard. No, I'm not actually going to.
No. Like,
there is a big part of me is like, I could do this, and Star, like, you just signed a check you're not sure you want to catch.
I know, but at the same time, I know it would be a bad idea to go wizard barbarian, so we'll see.
Oh, come on.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't care. You could do it if you want. That might actually make a beautiful story, but you're already developed on barbarian. I don't think you can go to wizard, can you? Intelligence a little low, yeah.
I do not have the requirement to multi into wizard.
You would need quite a few of those intelligent modifiers. So yeah, with that, he's just like, he kind of gauged you. He's like, there's no way you can cast spells. That's what everybody's getting from their insight check. This should be amusing, if nothing else. So with that, you're handed a blank notebook, quill, and pen, and you can write down gibberish in here to see if you can make a spell out of it. Not that it might actually work, but it might work in your own mind. But,
okay, so if he's trying to keep me busy, and I'm not that dumb, like, I know when people are kind of patronizing me.
He's entertaining an ideal, like, he's still supposed to be like the head of the Arcana. He's not trying to patronize you with it, but at the same time, it seemed like an amusing ideal that just crossed his mind. And, maybe he is actually trying to encourage you to see if you actually can cast magic on your own.
See, I'm looking at this, I've got that ritual cast of, speak with animals there, or beast speech. So if he's going to keep me occupied, I could basically look constipated for the next 10 minutes and start talking to his pet. He'd be like, oh, shit.
You could certainly try.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, no, in the interest of keeping Gideon slightly busy, I think I'm going to start doing that, actually.
So for the next 10 minutes, is there anything else we're going to talk to Spencer about?
Did we get the last known location of that person that we've been trying to find?
Belleville.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to herd out there, and that's the last location of where the circle was spotted.
Okay.
Is there anything else that I could have to aid me in this? I'm not asking. I am asking. I kind of look down.
Let me see here. Kiko, go fetch me one. And you see Kiko pop out, and then he disappears. And he comes back, and he reappears, and he hands an acorn to Spencer, and he's like, yeah, you can have this. And he hands you an acorn.
I love it.
Yeah. They that gives you any kind of help, by all means, cheers. But
I'm tempted to go outside and like plant it and then cast plant growth to make it like grow into
I will warn you.
Oh, great.
I will warn you. Don't be planting that anywhere near a building, especially here at the Arcana. Because he taps your bracelet. That'd be a no-no. So be wary of that.
Okay.
I feel like
I
you're
low-key feel like
patronizing us.
you've been fitted with a shock collar.
I feel like this acorn is more than just an acorn, but I also feel like it's not.
It's up to interpretation.
We'll see.
I feel like you're patronizing us. Aren't you supposed to be like the head of this place and like a professional?
I'm encouraging growth. Quite literally, in this case. But as far as it being patronizing in thought, I want you to realize I put down a heavy amount of gold to free your friend here, and I'm not trying to hold this over you. However, I'm trying to entertain the ideal that we can all be lighthearted here. Now, if you can
How much did you
find...
put down?
I'd rather not go over it.
I mean, I'm going to go to Belleville and try to track him down. Just
And
yeah,
I've
just
already
look at the
given
acorn.
you... Look, I gave you the information, and you guys are just hanging around, so yeah, I'm just offering you little gifts that are of no import. But, if it helps you in your journey by keeping you focused or, straight-minded, then great. If not, then maybe you just have something fun to do. Who knows? But
Could you point us to the Arcana here in town? I'm sure there's a magic shop that sells goods. Or...
yes, you'll find the Arcanium behind the auditorium. Comes after, or north is R and this is U, so yeah. Never mind, it's a silly wizard thing. Anyway, yeah, there's an Arcanium that's north of here if you want to go a little further in. It's in a small building. But, yes, it's quite early still. So, he'll finish up his breakfast and just kind of look over. If there's nothing else I can do for you, me and Kiko will be on our way.
Okay, goodbye. If you're going, I mean, I don't know if anyone else.
Wait, so is he leaving before I can try to say hi to the blink ferret?
Well, you can certainly try. So he's standing up. Kiko's staring out from the bag.
Just ask the ferret, because I saw it disappearing, and I'm assuming I've never seen this kind of animal before. Seeing as they're not common, yeah.
No, they're not. What do you say to him?
So, how do you jump around and disappear? What are you?
Hold on a second, let me roll something. He'll blink out of the bag and on top of your head. And then he'll blink again and reappear next to Spencer's shoulder. Is that right? You don't hear Kiko say anything. That was Spencer talking to Kiko, and Kiko doesn't seem to project any kind of noise that you can pick up on. You can't hear him talk. But he seems to have understood you. In case you are trying, Kiko is a familiar. So technically not a beast, but I understand some of you barbarians of certain totems are capable of speaking with animals. Kind of similar to how druids can do so as well. That's not arcane magic, my friend, but good on you. And he'll take a step and walk out.
Dang, wizards are smart. I thought that would work. I noticed that you were...
I wasn't trying to trick him or anything, I was just trying to be like, fuck you, I can do some magic. A little bit there.
Yeah, but it's not arcane. He's not impressed. But he's still kind of commended you for the effort. But yeah, with that information in hand, the early morning, you're free to have breakfast. We'll just kind of mosey on through this a little bit. You guys have your breakfast. Is there any conversation you want to have with each other? Something you need to tell one another about the events that currently happen while there's hardly anyone around?
Yeah.
Have that conversation, please.
Well, I've heard many things about that Spencer guy, but I was sorely disappointed. He seemed like a kind of like a dick.
I thought he was pretty nice. Can I look at the acorn? Can I look at the acorn and see if it's just a regular ass acorn?
Make a nature check. It's just a regular acorn.
I'll put it in my bag.
But you're kind of given the idea that he gave it to you with the knowledge that you're a druid, and you might be able to do something with it.
Anyways, do you want to meet up with some guy we're supposed to deliver that carriage to get paid?
Yeah, I need to go check on that now.
And then we'll stop by the magic shop and then head towards Belleville. I don't expect you guys to follow us. It's quite a lot to ask you to help me.
Help us, I guess. I mean, both of us have a stake in this, at least.
Yeah, it seems kind of odd. He said he needed a druid's help, but I don't know what a druid could do more than a talented wizard such as himself.
Well, I mean, I can probably tell out a turned cow better than most. Thus, I mean, probably do something. I kind of think for a second, how am I gonna find this dude?
Keep in mind, he told you that he turned into an ant and went underground.
Yeah. Well, but he said he likes to be a cow, so that's what I was
to be a cow, though, yeah. So there's no telling what we could find out if you go down that route. But you're free to approach this however you want. And if you ever need to get a hold of him, he told you just that bracelet.
I remember.
I'm just bringing it all up for anybody else who forgot. But yeah, there's the business of visitor nowhere to be found. And you also want to check on the carriage. Anything else?
I figured if Visser was in trouble, we would know pretty quick. Because he was seen coming in with us, so I'm not... That's me as a player talking, though.
Let me see if there's a situation I want to happen.
Oh, also, Visitor was gonna try to kill Ryder last night. I talked him out of that, but I haven't seen him since. We really gotta keep an eye on that guy. Deal with him in some way. I don't think he's sane enough to...
No, he's fine. He's not gonna kill me.
I think you have some rose-tinted glasses on there, honey.
I say we leave town. If we don't see him, we don't see him.
I don't need glasses. I can see just fine.
It is about 7:30, 8 in the morning now. And you guys have been congregating at the table. And there's been a few faces popping in as you were having a conversation. You've seen the children for a moment as they kind of walk out of the auditorium after having their breakfast. Maybe giving you quick glances here and there, and then eventually leaving the auditorium to go to wherever it is they go at this point. Along with Draken following in behind them. They were joined with 3 other children as well. They leave out. And also, woman, long black hair, dressed in white robes, looks like direwolf furs perhaps. And she's followed by a gentleman dressed in leathers, like a red tunic of sorts, and then a young child bounced down the stairs behind them, and they all start having their own little breakfast. And I'm trying to think, I don't think anybody would know who it is.
Is it Azalea? Darwin knows Azalea.
Oh yeah, well then you would know. You recognize Azalea, Red, and her son, Christian. They wind up having breakfast. She kind of looks in your direction, trying to recall you, but at the moment it seems like she has a lot of things on her mind.
Yeah, I didn't have talked to her a lot. She only saw her like a few times.
Alright. And yeah, with that, it's about 8 in the morning now at this point. What do you guys want to do? As the
So who do
morning
we go?
approaches.
Who do we go talk to get paid?
Our payment's supposed to be waiting for us in Chandor.
Oh, is it? I thought we had to talk to the guy we were supposed to deliver it to here.
No, he is going to send word to Chandor where we're going to get paid.
Who, the guy here or the stagecoach guy?
The guy that I delivered it to has connections.
Should you at least tell him that we're here?
Yes. I'm gonna do that later.
So, shopping?
We're going shopping?
I don't know. That was my question.
Sounds
yeah.
like it, sure.
He said behind or in front of.
He said behind, to the north.
That information might actually exist. Let me see here. Where'd that notebook go? One moment while I find some old information about the Arcana. Oh, here's some old. Okay, so there's the Arcadium Library. Doesn't look like I wrote much about the Arcana. Jeez. So we will go by what I know of it. As you enter into this Arcadium, it's just a plain Arcadium name. You see a few mages kind of glancing around at various objects. There's mostly like a shelf of scrolls, as certain mages are looking to buy certain spells, perhaps. You see a lot of mage components. There are like a display case up by the counter where she has this elven woman, kind of golden long hair, pointy ears, of course, green eyes, is kind of watching over several objects that are inside this case. As you approach, she just kind of greets you kind of quietly. How may I help? How may I help?
We came here to buy some items. Do you have any magic items, perhaps imbued with some sort of magic?
She waves her hand in front of the case in front of her. What are you looking for?
Do you have a pair of gloves?
A defiant pair of gloves.
Something that I can, perhaps handle things quicker.
So you are looking for the gloves of thievery, right?
Yep.
Make me a... I'll do it, never mind. We'll see here. We'll give it a DC of 13. Got a 14, so yes, she will point to some gloves that are hidden behind the case and pull them out. Something to help you definitely deal with certain things, is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Let's see here, what are those? I believe they're 500 gold. In common, yeah. She'll tell you straight up, 500 gold.
Yeah, I'm writing a check straight to 500.
We're writing the check. Make a persuasion check to see if she'll take the check.
What's the point of having a bank if no one uses it?
No, it's
I mean, it's kind of.
And they're literally not even a full day from a place where checks work.
yeah, I'm like, you're in the Arcana itself. That's not necessarily like they have a bank system in this vicinity. She'll go ahead and be like, alright. Very well. Then if there's anything else you will need, let's just write one check, okay?
Do you have any bags of holding?
We'll make it a DC. I'll give it a DC 12. This is a pretty magical area. I got a 13. Wow, nice. She'll reach over behind the counter, pull out a bag of holding, and she will tell you 500 gold.
Do you just have the one, or do you have maybe a second one as well?
Let me take another look, see what I have left in stock. She has a total of 3.
I think we should have 2 of them.
Isn't?
I mean, I'd carry one.
Yeah, I was thinking Gideon for sure, and then either me or Bar, depending on. Actually, let's take all 3.
That's a lot of.
Okay.
Assuming they'll take the check,
Very well.
then we'll have no issue writing it, since we are making a large transaction.
So the total we're up to now is what, 2,000?
Yeah.
15. Or yeah, 2000.
Alright.
Do you have any wands?
Wait, 2 bags, gloves, and what else?
He said 3 bags.
3
bags.
bags.
So
Do
get
you
'em
have
all.
any? Do you have any like weapons, bows, specifically? Maybe a short bow.
We deal in wands and staffs around here. Bows are more of a the warrior type thing, so we don't normally deal with that nonsense.
Okay.
What sort of wands and staffs do you have?
Well, let's see what we have here. She'll pull out a rod, and it has tentacles wiggling off it.
I will recoil at that because that
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
weird.
I got this, and she just kind of puts it down. What else do I have here?
Staff of power, perhaps?
I have. Let's see here. Pulls out a couple of wands. This here is a wand of fireballs. And this one here is a wand of magic detection. No, I don't seem to have any staff of power, I'm afraid.
Fire's not really my style. Do you perhaps have a wand of lightning bolts?
Let me check, and I'll give that a DC of 12.
Do you have anything that could boost one's constitution?
I rolled an 8, so she does not have a wand of lightning. And she does not have anything for constitution. As much as you want to improve your physical health, I don't have anything for you, I'm afraid.
How about a staff of thunder and lightning?
That is a very rare, so DC is going to be 17. Rolled a 2. Negative. I am afraid
I was
I do
looking
not
for-
have such powerful artifacts readily to be purchased, I'm afraid.
I was looking for like the amulet of health.
I know, and she doesn't have it.
Okay, okay. I was just making
I
sure.
told you I don't have it.
I
Don't give me that look.
I will look however I want.
How about a decanter of endless water?
No decanters. They've all been taken by those who are traveling across the ocean. I believe Barlow and his crew came by and bought the last of them.
Oh, I used to run with that gang.
Yes, and if you've ever been to some of the parts of Parentia, I do believe that's where he said he was heading.
Hey, it's a desert, I've heard. The
Some
scripts
it,
are useful.
I do have a few rings.
What
but
counts?
I have a ring of water walking, will allow you to stand and move across liquid surface as if it was solid ground. I have a Ring of the Arcana, or a Ring of the Spell Storing. And this ring will store spells for those who cast into it. The ring can store up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time. And this ring is completely empty for the reference of selling.
That sounds interesting. How much for that one?
Let me double check my rarities here.
There's something wrong with your voice. That seems to have changed.
I'm sorry, what?
Never mind.
This rare piece will be 3,000 gold.
I'll look towards the bar.
We have it.
Do you mind?
She'll set the ring in the pile that you guys are accumulating at this point. Is that a yes then?
Yeah.
Very well. And I also have a ring of fire resistance. If you do not wish to be burned, then this ring might help you. Looking at your halfling friend here, kind of glancing at Ryder's burnt hair, you might have use of this? Question mark?
A little too late for that.
Perhaps.
It would have been useful before.
Ah, yeah, I might have kept you from dying. Last ring I do have here is a ring of feather falling.
I kind of shrugged.
Does that one only pertain to the user, or does it pertain to the spell itself?
It's the user, because it's the person who activates. It has to be the one wearing it, you see.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
afraid
this class is just getting looks of like, oh my god, these retards.
Or are you just, like, you use Featherfall, does it just go by the spell's guidelines, or does it go by your bow guidelines, is what I'm asking.
it only works on the user, dear. So if you fell down a hole, you can use the ring on yourself only, and it will allow you to feather fall safely. Nobody else
Okay.
but the user, as is the spell. Now,
Perhaps maybe you have some other clothing items, boots or cloaks?
I might have a few robes laying around that could use a new owner, perhaps. Seeing as you're showing that you might have some decent money, maybe I can show you some rather interesting pieces. And she'll pull a robe filled with many eyes across it. And she will inform you, this is the robe of eyes. This robe here is adorned with eye-like patterns. While you wear the robe, you gain some very interesting benefits. And it will allow you to see in all directions and have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. You have dark vision out to a range of 120 feet, and you can see invisible creatures and objects as well as see into the ethereal plane out to a range of 120 feet.
Can I wear multiple robes?
No.
Yeah, I don't think you can wear a robe and a
Dang it.
cloak.
Dang it.
Actually, no, you might be able to wear a robe and a cloak,
You can wear
technically.
you can wear the cloak over the robe. I believe
Oh.
you can do that. 3 items. I mean, the neck slot is what I considered a cloak, so you couldn't wear a necklace with it, maybe. I don't know. You'd have to talk me into it.
It'd be more of like a
Because, you know,
cape
It's like a
slot for the
clip-on.
cloak.
Yeah, I guess cape. Yeah, shoulder, whatever. Yeah.
If we're gonna go slot this out.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll Diablo 3 this shit. The eyes on the robe can't be closed or averted. Although you can close or avert your own eyes, you are never considered to be doing so while wearing this robe. A light spell cast on the robe may hurt your eyes, so be careful, darling, if this is something you desire.
I kind of look around for Fizzer.
see if is there anywhere.
Could I potentially wear the robe over top of my armor?
I mean,
Hmm. I would. I don't know. I don't
I'm
think
sure
you
it'd
can because I
work. I
think
mean,
robes are meant for people who wear clothing, and armor people have to go for armor type stuff. So I'm gonna say no.
oh, okay, so I wouldn't. I have armor.
Yeah. So if
Guess
you're
I would-
using
how much
armor,
is that?
this robe of eyes, it is also 3,000 gold.
Do you have a cloak of displacement?
Ooh, that would be interesting. Let me see if I do. As I look up the cloak. I am being very... it's a rare. We can roll for it. I'll give it a DC 14. I'll go ahead and let you see the roll. She will go behind to one of the mannequins behind her counter and pulls out a robe of, or a cloak of displacement. It projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your actual location. So what is this, like disadvantage rolls on, like kind of like a displacer cloak? Is that right?
Yeah, it causes a disadvantage on attack rolls targeting the creature.
I just happen to have one.
I'm just saying, if we threw that on Gideon.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
But this cloak is 5,000 gold. I'm not parting with it as easy as the rest of this.
How about boots of striding?
That's not a hard DC. We'll go 12 on that. But she does not have any in stock. She'll look at some of the boots and then realize there are no boots. And she's like, I don't have any boots, I'm afraid. Sorry. But, are you interested in the cloak or not?
I'm interested, Bar. Could I potentially value you for this cloak?
Hang on.
I am going to drain
There's
your
a lot of
coffers.
money moving around.
Like, so far I only got 5,000 gold written up.
Yeah, I don't need the cloak.
Because I don't think anybody told me yes or no on the other item I mentioned before, which I'm already forgetting.
Wait, what was the other one?
The robe of eyes.
Oh yeah, the robe of eyes. Yes or no?
What was the? It was the gloves, the 3 bag of holding, the robe of eyes, and what was the other?
This
Cloak
cloak.
of displacement.
So that would put the total cost up to 10,000, but we could potentially barter a little bit.
And what? There was something else. Like, did you want the
Cloak
skull
of
sword?
eyes. Oh yeah, there's the arc.
Oh, right,
The arcana.
that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the cloak than the ring if we were to choose between the two, but if we could get them both, that would be lit.
Yeah, and that ring was 3,000 as well. So tell me what we're getting, so I know what to put down for prices here.
So we got the gloves and the 3 bags.
That's all I got.
Up
you
on all
confirmed.
3?
That's all. Yeah, that's all I got you confirmed for is the 3 bags and the gloves. But everything else I introduced, nobody said yes or no.
I think we should get that cloak of displacement.
Are we
Gideon.
doing all of it?
I mean, that would kind of drain the heist.
That's why I'm
See,
here.
I'm just thinking that cloak is like that cloak could almost be game breaking for poor Star. I'd have to reckless attack every turn for him to have a chance to actually land.
I ain't worried about it. I'm going to use magic from here on out. Psychic, especially.
Okay, so we put all the money into the guild funds right off the bat, right? Did we ever decide
You
on
wrote
that?
the book, right?
No, Zamachi, did we split or did we put it all in one when we, deposited?
What I heard when I was listening to it is that you said in the end, just put it all in one account and you'll deal with it later.
Yeah, I'm splitting it just in case, someone's like, hey, 13 grand has gone missing. You guys happen to have 13 grand more than you did 2 days ago. You wanna explain that one, Charlie? But in the end, I was not ignored but overruled.
No, we can go with the split.
It's already.
But yeah, I was thinking.
Just do what you're doing.
Oh.
Just focus on this.
Okay, well, I'm
already
going to
made
pull
that
Gideon
choice.
aside.
All right.
So all of this is going to take all the money that we were donated in the last city.
Gideon still have money for that, so
But are you fine with spending all of it?
And while they're having this conversation, you can see this woman just rattling her claws, like her nails against the table, just kind of impatiently waiting.
So you act like Gideon cares about his pocketbook balance for one.
Yeah, the thing is we just got a bunch of shiny crap. Are you sure you want to part with the shiny stuff so soon?
But
Kinda
I have a glowy wand right now too. Like Gideon's already in his opinion made bank. This is just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am writing the check for the 13,000.
Can we do it for 10,000 instead?
10?
Well,
Yeah,
he's trying
trying
to
to
get
barter.
you. Yeah, dude, and this should be
Well,
your department,
yeah,
Rogue.
And yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Since we are buying in bulk, can we drop it down to 9,000?
Make a persuasion check. And I'm going to roll an insight on her, and she has a +8.
Bring it.
8 plus 13 is not enough, I don't believe.
That'd be 21.
23 beats it. She doesn't want to come down all the way to 9k though. She'll tell you 11.
Surely you can come down to 10 to make it an even price.
I'd rather it be odd, because things are quite odd around here.
Well, we can do 10,001.
Make another persuasion check, this time at disadvantage, because she's like, what?
As I would have said, 10-5, split the difference with her, but
Fine. 10,000, 1 gold.
Okay. And yeah, 10,001 gold.
Alright, so you write out the check. She's going to cast Identify on the check to verify the runes and everything.
It is legitimate.
And it is.
Signature is correct.
Yeah, everything's fine. And then she's like, it's just basically checking the check over, making sure it has all the right information. And she's like, very well. Is there anything else I can get for you? Or would that be all? Though I did say, let's do it all in one check. So I suppose that's all then.
I guess as far as I know.
Alright. Well, best be on your way. And
So who's-
just whoever visit the Arcanium in Shandor, you can make an insight check as you're fixing to leave.
I don't know if we did that. Did we? On this
Yeah, you've
campaign?
been there. You've been there. Gideon's been there.
I'm barred from there.
I don't.
Or
Um,
you've been there. I don't know if Storm has though. Storm might.
No, I waited outside.
Oh wait, I can.
The guys went
I
in,
can
but I didn't
roll
go
that
inside.
because lucky.
So Bar, this elf looks very similar to the elf down there. You might even pick up that they might be siblings. That was what the insight was for. So just a little tidbit there.
Gonna walk up Do I know you?
I don't think so. But I do thank you for your custom.
Okay.
If you happen across any of the items we have searched for and you potentially didn't have, perhaps you could send word to Shandor.
Perhaps. Have a good day. So yeah, you bought your items, 3 bags of holding, a pair of gloves, some robes, some rings. What are you guys doing with them? Who's getting what?
So I was thinking the bags of holding would go to Bar, Gideon, and Storm. Bar, so he could steal stuff and put it in the bag. Gideon, just because he can carry a lot of shit, and Storm, I don't know, carry the group supplies or whatever. Glove of Thievery probably obviously go to Bar. I could put some spells in the ring for one of the other people to use, or just have more spells on myself.
I could also cast spells into the ring.
Mhm.
Too.
And then, who wanted the Robe of Eyes?
I kinda did.
There you go, you can have
Okay.
robe of eyes.
And I was thinking the Displacement Cloak I would take, but I mean, it would greatly benefit Gideon, but I know Zamashi doesn't like the min-max that much.
Yeah, I try to avoid being broken as shit. Like, yeah, it's fun for me, but the rest of the party can just end up fucked in a half.
Do you mind if I take the cloak?
Yeah, go for it.
Besides, you got your glowy wand of light. And with that, you complete your shopping
Oh crap!
at the art.
Ryder, did you get anything?
You got an acorn. You don't need anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want anything?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
He
your answer?
miraculously didn't. He didn't have anything I wanted at the time. It's
Okay.
almost like they never have what I want.
Well, I apologize. Those are like these shots
No,
being, here in the realm to have easy access to items. There's still the population type thing, so I try to make it to where there's like a DC check based on rarity. So there's still a chance that something that's uncommon could still not be there.
I don't think anyone's looked into like pre-ordering an item before.
It's an avenue you could probably look into, but it probably wouldn't be recommended because they are not gonna. They're not sure what adventures are gonna bring in, and they don't like. I'm not sure who's doing the enchanting and stuff like that.
Oh, wait, who's getting the ring?
I mean, you can have it. You could put some spells in there, either for next use or to give to someone else, so they could have some magic. Yeah, you can take the ring.
Alright. So with all that sorted out, what's our next stop?
Bard, did you want to go talk to that guy?
Yeah. I'll head over to the stables.
Alright, same guy that you talked to the day before is finishing up one of the mandatory jobs of his labor, and it's shoveling out some more shit.
Hello?
Oh, hey, welcome back. Took care of that for you. It had a very lovely stay at the Golden Stable.
Did you send word, by chance?
The word's on the way as we speak.
Where to, might I ask?
That's Shandora, wasn't it?
Yes. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we will get paid for this.
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Just return to your branch office in Shandora, and they will make sure your payments are taken care of.
Okay.
But, yeah, your horses are fed, your carriage is ready, and you're free to go ahead about your business.
Okay. So, I'm assuming everybody else is right here. But are you all ready to leave?
Well, I mean, we gotta go to Belleville. We,
Yes, but that's still the
Yeah,
ways
we're
away.
still hunting a crazy druid.
Yeah, I have nothing else to do here.
You
but
hear
let the party.
you're near this.
It's one thing to split in the same town. It's completely different to split in, days travel away.
You hear a horse coming into town. Black rider, black horse, and the guy pulls out in front of your carriage area where your carriage is currently able to pull out. This gentleman with a long brim black hat, a long black cape, black leathers, just kind of jumps off this horse, and he's like, "Here, tend to my horse," as he throws some coins to the guy there. Storm, you're Storm right now, right? No disguise?
Yeah.
And this gentleman will kind of stare at you for a minute and just say, "Are you a Seraphim?"
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I'm pretty sure you would.
Very well, fine. Don't need people to deny who they are. That's perfectly your order. Very well. And he'll walk off and leave you. You hear skittering up above.
I look up.
You're currently inside a stable. You see nothing up there in the rafters. So whatever is skittering on the roof must be up above. And this,
Well.
this guy is walking towards the auditorium.
I'll run out and look at the room.
Make a perception check.
I can re-roll that because of
Halfling.
halfling. Yeah.
Let me just roll something quick. You can see Fizzer on top of the roof, and he seems eyes trained on the guy that just walked past you.
Hey, there you are.
Hmm? He kind of ignores you, and he keeps his eye on the guy. So, he pulls the scythe off his back, and he just kind of whispers, "Do we attack?" Darkness seems to erupt around his blade as he just seems ready to act.
Guys, something's up with Fizzer. I say as right there. And I don't know what he's doing.
Fizzer jumps off the roof, and in some kind of spring-like motion, he swings the scythe down, and he's coming down towards this man who's dressed in black, and then all of a sudden you hear a loud ringing noise. Sword unsheaths from its sheath, and then clang clang as two metal bars just kind of hit each other. His sword reaching up, meeting the scythe as the little kobold falls to the ground now, and he's just kind of left there to stand against the thrust, and he's like, "What do you wish to do here? Are you ready to die?" And the kobold kind of backs up for a minute. "Can't do nothing, master." "Master? Who's your master, you little wretch?" And he reaches down, grabs Fizzer by the scruff of his neck, and pulls him up. "Who do you serve?" "I'm not supposed to tell you." He kind of snaps
It's
at him.
nefarious.
You may have sealed his fate.
Good, I didn't like him.
Well, needless to say, he's more amused than angered. I got a message for Nefarious. Let him know I'm coming for him. And if you come after me one more time, little man, it'll be the last time you do. You can see bright crimson light ignite around his eyes as he thrusts Visser on the ground and he kind of skids off towards the garage. And Visser's all angry and puffy at this moment. But he knows he can't best him at the moment. And the man just continues to walk off, resheathing the sword. Visser kind of turns towards Storm and narrows his eyes. Selling me out? Hisses.
You gave us that information freely. I don't know why you would hide it from this fellow, man.
Do you go telling your enemies who you are when you want to strike from the shadows? I'm right, am I not, Bar? You don't go announcing, hey, I'm a stealthy character, I'm gonna stand here and not be seen, and then you stab them so that they know you're there. And he's just angry and he puffs off. Visser will continue walking away from the Arcana, going eastward. Unless you do anything.
Yeah, Gideon didn't exactly want to see him get himself killed. Like, yes sir, we have a job to do if you want to take some time to cool off.
He doesn't acknowledge, he just continues walking.
Never mind.
So with Visser walking away from the group, what would you guys like to do?
So is everyone ready to leave?
I'm ready.
I guess I'm ready.
I mean, I can't see much anything else to do here.
Alright. Off to the local room.
Alright, so with that, you all make your way out. And as you're leaving, let's just do one more round of perception.
Is it good? There it goes.
Everybody else makes it out the gate. And Gideon, you're kind of struck by a little bit of guilt. You kind of like hesitate for a minute. You know for a fact you'll be able to catch up quickly if you need to. You just kind of go towards the auditorium location a little bit, and then you could swear you've seen some dark energy just kind of ignite inside. But it dies out just as quickly as it started. And then you just go and rejoin your group.
But no resolution, I couldn't tell what happened at all.
You couldn't tell what happened.
Dark
Like,
energy.
you just seen the energy spike there, and then it just kind of faded. So, I mean, nothing blew up, so must be a good sign.
Yeah, better than what happened last time.
Yeah. The auditorium roof is still intact, so yeah.
We're gonna razzie about it, but honestly, it was funny if it wasn't for all the trouble it caused.
Yeah. So, you continue on, and now you're on your way to Belleville. And at this point, I think we should take a 5-minute break. If anybody needs to use the restroom, grab a drink, need to go and check, make sure everything's okay, and we'll go for another 30 minutes and see what we can do, alright? Everybody good with that?
Oh, boy.
Alright, take 5, guys. We'll be back here at 9:25, my time. So, be back here shortly. Poor Fisher.
Didn't know what to do.
Nobody likes him today.
Perfect. Honest, it was kind of more of a nuisance the further it went. So.
hunt down another druid. Well, not hunt them, but
So, Machi, do you remember if he said if we had to attune to those stones or not?
Which stones? Are there
The
stones,
silver.
boys?
Yeah.
If you switch stones, you lose all progress.
Okay, not switch.
We're talking about it, like, do they take up an attunement slot?
No.
Because you
It's
only
just-
attune.
Cool.
Okay.
I didn't think they were, but
yeah,
I wasn't going
the
to
only
say
thing
that
that's,
without.
Yeah, the way that I got it planned is like, if you keep to one stone, your progress is saved on the stone. It's not going to be an attunement, but if you switch, you lose all progress.
Okay, cool. So that means that I have enough. Okay.
I mean, these are like kind of like use items as you go.
I imagine they're more akin to a proficiency with a toolkit than they are an attunement.
Yeah,
As long as you stick with the one.
that's why you're rolling your tools if you got them.
Not
So-
so.
Just gonna throw this out there. Just gonna throw that out there.
What it,
Is that your new lockpicking?
Yes.
that is insane.
Perhaps you should get him some unbreakable lockpicks too, so you're better than Zareth.
See, the funny thing about Zareth is
he
Bard
doesn't
can't
need to.
crit
Bard
fail.
can't. Yeah, he can't crit fail unless he double rolls a 1.
Oh, true, I guess.
Halfling luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
halfway.
Oh.
Plus, I'm lucky.
Oh, damn, you're set.
Yeah, he doesn't need Zerats.
yeah. We could get him a set of unbreakable lockpicks, but we could also give him a freaking bobby pin.
Yeah, he'd still
Just
be
say
good.
go to town.
Zareth needs those unbreakable lockpicks.
Zerath needs to freaking go to bed. God damn,
Yeah,
that's like
no,
2
that
points
was
of exhaustion.
that was Zareth's problem.
Yeah, well, he wanted the book, so yeah.
I get that he wanted the book, but damn.
Well, we
Don't
kinda
get me
kept
wrong,
him-
I'd
we-
love to get me some free ASI, but
Yeah.
Oh, we're at the library right now.
Not
you think
just have to
Gideon's
roll
gonna pick up a
anyway.
book?
We just have to roll a natural 20. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Gideon's gonna read a book. That, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, before Gideon reads a book to increase his stats, I'm pretty sure Ryder needs a lot of help.
I mean,
No, I can swim now.
we fixed Ryder. She's got that necklace of intellect.
Oh,
Yeah,
do
but
I?
she still got
I forgot I had
still got garbage for HP though,
True.
because that's either Ryder's HP or my AC and HP, and honestly, like spells are the way to handle me at this point because the AC is gonna start creeping into ridiculous levels with more ASI.
Hmm. Bar, you're still here, right?
Yep.
Alright, we can go ahead and pick
That's
up now
not
if
bad.
you guys want. Unless anybody else needs something before we get started.
What
I mean,
does
I
that
wouldn't. Never mind. I will keep that.
What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna keep the show family friendly.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
What does that, the amulet or necklace of tell us?
It makes you not stupid as shit.
Which
I mean-
doesn't seem to be helping.
I never added it, so.
What is the mechanics behind their star?
What's that?
Pretty sure it sets your stat to a certain amount. I'm pretty sure.
It sets it to 19, I believe, right?
Oh.
I mean, there's one in the book that it's like a helmet of intellect. I don't know if that's what you're basing
No,
the
no,
necklace
no.
on or what.
No, it's just a necklace version.
Okay, so
I can't find
Ryder's
it.
intelligence is now higher than everybody else in the party.
No.
Or wait, was
I
this
mean,
one or was this supposed to be a plus to it? Let me double check. Pretty sure it said it or it's plus.
Because I found a headband flag.
Well, the Amulet of Health would put you at 19, so I'm guessing this Amulet of Intelligence would do the same.
So no more Dumb Rider.
In fact, super smart rider. Like,
Well, obviously you don't magically know everything, but you can become smarter with some effort.
yeah, you don't gain the knowledge, but you gain the ability to know the knowledge.
Well, I gained the ability to learn to read.
But yeah, you still don't know how to read, but you can learn.
I mean, I am smart now. Well, smarter.
Yeah. All up to you what you want to do. Anyway, I suppose you guys want to get to Belleville, right?
Sooner or later, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. As you're having conversation about whatever that was back there, you guys continue heading south now, heading to Belleville. Along the way, you come across that strange-looking house that has all those herbs planted out front.
With my newfound knowledge, I make a nature check to
For
like, things that wouldn't naturally.
you
Like
keep
herbs
cutting out there.
or-
What?
I want to look for anything out of the net.
You want
Did
to
I
look
get
for
to you?
it other than?
This is.
I'm not hearing you all the way. What exactly are you
So
telling
I
me?
was gonna say, it's not just me. Like they're
I'm here
cutting out,
trying to-
right?
yeah,
like
I'm
right
good.
at the ass
Like, I'm
end.
good at hearing, but I know I'm bad at hearing. So what did you say?
Anything out of the natural.
Well, that wouldn't be a nature
like-
check. That would be Arcana.
Oh, it would? Okay. That's a.
Nothing out of the
I mean-
natural. Everything's natural here. All these herbs look perfectly green, and this hut is like, or cottage-looking thing is just sitting there, all nice and pretty.
Alright.
It doesn't have chicken legs, does it?
It doesn't have chicken legs.
No, I don't read those.
Hey,
Maybe
how long
it's-
did it take to get here?
It took about 3 hours.
Can I do a short rest in that time?
Wait, isn't Smallphonica to the Vale of Bather like
You got a
4.5
full-
hours?
You got a full rest. Yeah, you're almost, well, say about 2 hours, I would say, and then another hour will get you to Belleville. And you don't need a short rest. You already have a
I've been
full
training.
rest. You're fine now. Everybody's at full
Well, if
health. at
items
full
require
strength.
attunement, you can
Oh,
do
well,
that over
yeah,
a short
yeah.
rest.
Well, technically, yeah, with you being here,
Anyone
as long
not
as you're
driving, I
wearing it,
guess.
yeah,
do it.
if you're, as long as you're just kind of idling there, I will say everybody's able to attune during this time. I'm not going to call it an official short rest in case something comes up. So yeah, you're fine. Anything that you're wearing that you had on this entire time, like usually just takes you an hour of having it on, not necessarily, I mean, you already know what it does, so you're just focusing on getting to the tune. You got plenty of time to do that, yeah. So that's fine.
During the ride, can I cast this into the ring? Actually, I need a one.
Well, you cast it. Make sure you take it off your spell list.
I will.
So yeah, make sure you write that down on the ring as well, that you cast it in it.
Could we get a document that we can keep track of that in the journal that we can edit and stuff?
If you need it, like, what do you want for a document? Do you need it? Do you need one?
Are you
Ryder?
asking me specifically to make a bag of holding page for the rings and shit?
Well, what do you want?
I was just thinking you know how these handouts here, and how you do the items in the other campaign. Perhaps just put a little sheet that we can keep track of that, and that we can all edit and stuff.
Here, I'll call it something.
Oh, okay.
Here. So in your journal, there's a thing called miscellaneous item tracking for party. So if you want to track things like the bag of holding contents and then have like what's on the ring so everybody knows, by all means, go right ahead.
Can we edit it?
Yeah, we need to.
I know. Yeah, I forgot it needs to be that as well. Sorry. There you go. Remember, one person at a time, otherwise it'll cancel.
I don't know, someone. Anyway,
Alright,
But
so
yeah,
basically I'm presenting the cottage to you again in case there's something that needs to happen here. Do you continue on, or do you want to stop again, or what?
Do I notice any of my type of herbs in the garden?
Make a survival check. There are a few death bells along the side closer to the window of the cottage. As you get closer to the front, you can kind of glance up there and see some death bells and some asinine.
Perhaps
So-
we could talk to the lady to see if she could set up like a trade route with Sprigget. So
Yeah, that would be good. I wonder how much
Maybe.
we earn from an actual supplier.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, Gideon's gonna look a little apprehensive about that because she did kind of give me the squicks.
here, get in. Wait, take this. And I'll give him the ring of spell storing with the conjure animal spell in it.
Unfortunately, it'll take them an hour to attune to it.
I'm not worried about taking new items right now. I
Oh wait, that's true. Never mind then. Unless someone else wants.
No, you should hold on to it. Or, I mean,
Oh wait. So we're gonna go up to the cottage together now.
I mean, I am.
Wait, I'll follow Bar.
yeah, let's get a marching order.
That's never a good sign.
I know.
I'm either at the back or right with Gideon, because
Well.
I'm assuming he's.
Well, he's right here. Move your token. Front line is up here. Back line is over here. So,
I'd
Okay.
probably be shoulder to shoulder with Bar at least. Like,
so
I'm not
Storm-
saying bodyguardy style, but like, lady was way too nice for a random person in the woods.
Right.
Back is.
So following the path leading up to the door, you see all these herbs that are growing out here in her little garden that she has. And yeah, as you get closer and closer to the windowsill, you can definitely make out like the death bells, the asinine, and some of the other poisonous flowers that you're well aware of there. So what's the
Going
plan?
to- I'll knock, and as soon as I knock, look through the window.
Let me see.
She's gonna think she got herself a couple of damn kids.
If I can see through the window, I don't know how high it is.
As a Lightfoot halfling, I will take the hide action behind Mr. Person right here.
Go ahead and make a sneak check.
Okay.
And as you're doing that, the door kind of creaks open a little bit, and just one eye kind of looks out. Who's there?
Like 30 eyes look back.
And then 30 more look back at you. Bloop, bloop, bloop. No, just the one. She opens the door just a little bit more so you can see her face. Same fair skin, red hair, green eyes. Didn't I see you here before?
Nope, I never been.
I'm abreast with you, so she's probably referencing me with that.
Yeah. I know I seen you, but you guys were out on the road, I believe. So, you're back here.
We were
again.
on work.
Did you want to come in?
Did Bar explain why we're talking to the lady? Like, did he say, like, yeah, no, we're gonna look for a...
He hasn't said anything to her yet. She's just
Yeah,
trying to be
I
like,
haven't said anything to her.
So she's like, "Did you want to
I
come
meant
in?"
to us before we all.
But no, the conversation that we had about setting up a supplier for
Oh, that was real.
Spriggan, I think that was an actual
Yeah, that was
thing,
an actual
wasn't it?
conversation.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant it as such.
Okay. Well then, we know a lady who wants to buy herbs, and you seem to have a lot. So,
Hmm.
and you
Well,
said
willing
tea
to-
last time.
I can make us some tea. Would you like to come in for some?
Sure, I will walk in.
All
I'll
right.
take the risk.
All right.
I would unobtrusively, as a barbarian, can try to precede him, just in case there's some more shit going on when you walk in the door.
She'll open the door and then invite you all in. It's pretty much like an open little cubby hole that you can all get in. Not cubby hole, but like the entranceway leads into like a living space, and then you can see like a kitchen off in the far distance, a room from there that might be her bedroom, and then like over in the kitchen area there's like a stove, and then there's like this fire pit with a cauldron over it, and then there's the couch and chairs that are in the living area, and then there's
Oh.
also like a like an alchemy set that's kind of poking out. Well, you can see smoke from an alchemy set that's coming from her room that's further in the back.
With all this plant life, are you a druid perhaps? Or are you an alchemist?
I dabble in many types of potions of sorts. What kind of tea would you all like? I have plenty of herbs, as you're well aware. Chamomile, perhaps?
I really, really want to make a joke about a drink that requires a con save, but that's a bad idea, I feel like, right now.
She'll... oh, excuse me, I'm losing it.
I'm not actually saying that to the lady,
Alright, so...
but
she'll
the
offer
joke
chamomile.
would be really appropriate.
She'll offer chamomile or green tea, whichever you might prefer. As she kind of...
I'll peek out from behind Storm and I'll say, I'll have some green.
I'll have green tea.
Alright, and how about you two?
No tea for me, thank you.
Okay, what about you?
Everyone else is going with green, mine as well.
You sure I can't get you some tea? I mean, I'm treating your friends here. You might as well partake. Would be rude, wouldn't it? But she kind of goes into the kitchen and starts making some tea.
Can I help you with that?
No. You do all be good dears and have a seat in the living room.
I will stand.
Very well, just stay over there. Don't trust anybody in my kitchen.
No, like not saying that to her. Just like I'm not going to.
Well,
sit
as
down
you
and
get closer,
sit down.
she's just like, no, I don't need your help. I don't trust anybody in my kitchen. So,
Okay.
you know, that's the basic thing that she's informing you. She doesn't want you to come into her kitchen without her say. But he says, just stay there. So,
So while she's got the kettle on, I'm gonna go ahead and ask. So, what should we call you?
my name is Greta.
Greta or Bretta?
Greta.
Discord had a blip.
Gretta.
Okay.
I've lived here for, about 4 or 5 years now. Took a while to get the garden going, but it's hospital here and it does well. And you can hear the bubbling of water in the background as her alchemist type kit is kind of bubbling in the back. And there seems to be a small fire underneath the cauldron as well.
Quite a quaint home you have here.
Why, thank you, dear. And she's just about
I'm-
finished up the kettle.
I'm a little bit of an alchemist myself. At least I like to think I am.
She'll grab 4 cups, and then she'll turn to Storm once more. Are you sure I can't interest you in some tea or some water, perhaps?
No, thank you. I'm good. I mean, no disrespect, but I'm not really thirsty right now.
Fair enough. And she will bring out the cups, fill them up with green tea, and then you're all allowed to partake. And she'll raise a cup up to her lips and say, "So, what is this, you need with my herbs, you said?"
Going to calm my alchemy thing, my stone, and kind of make it water, pretty much.
I do this on it as I go to take a sip. I'm like, oh yeah,
Vocal and somatic. Make a
Stealth
sleight of
check.
hand. Yeah, sleight
or
of
sleight of hand. Okay. That's not good. Oh.
Doesn't seem to notice.
Yep.
Oh, wait. We'll go ahead and give her advantage. Didn't help.
So I'm going
And-
to palm my stone and
Sleight of
do a
hand.
sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand and then an alchemy.
I would probably do that. Go up. Just
Alright, and now let me get an alchemy from you for... And tell me what you got while I look up your
18.
18. That will take out
It was
the
with
full
intelligence,
flavor.
right?
It will take out the full flavor of the green tea. And it
Yeah,
will-
so it's pretty much water.
Yeah, you pretty much watered down your tea. And now, let's see here.
You unteed the tea.
Good for you.
how dare you untee the tea?
What about Gideon? What's he doing? Since everybody's like being sarcastic with this shit.
Gideon isn't aware of their artifice. I don't believe. No, give me a sec.
Gideon just drinks it down.
Yeah, no, I didn't passive perception or anything near their sleight of hand and crap, so I'm just gonna drink because I see them drinking, so it's safe.
Alright.
We all want this to be poison.
I need to learn the range of my stone better.
Alright,
It's
so...
probably just tea.
Alright, nothing seems to be happening. Everybody's fine. Everybody takes a drink. So, tell me about this situation that you were going on about. About my herbs.
There is a shop in a town over called Chandora.
That's some ways away
Alright,
from here, but
the-
yes.
Yes, there's the general shop run by someone named Spriggan. They are... She's looking for some herbs, and I think that you may be a good supplier for her.
But I do have quite a bit, but at the same time, I don't like to constantly give away my store. I mean, after all, I tend to use up as much as I grow.
Would it be possible for us to grab a small amount just to take back to her, see if she is interested, and then we can, further
Well,
discuss
I
this?
think you're misunderstanding me. I am not interested in letting you take any of my herbs because I plan to use them all.
Okay.
I need Gideon to make a charisma saving throw.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. You made a new friend.
Of course I did.
Of course you did. You love this friend. You'll do anything for this new friend of yours. And she'll kind of point towards Storm. You've been disrespectful. Could you all be so kind as to show him out?
Well, what has he done? I
And
mean,
Yeah, what
Gideon,
is he
you're
got?
compelled to do
Say,
it.
it's
You're
time to
compelled
go.
do it.
Like,
And she's under
no,
the
it's time to
influence.
go.
Yeah, and she's under the influence that the rest of you are also charmed by her, but you dissuaded her ability. And then she kind of takes note that you're not being prompted correctly, but Gideon seems to be getting up like, time to go.
Gideon, would you come here for a second?
Time to go.
I think you should take all of your friends and leave.
I mean, if
Well-
y'all want to have some contested grapples, it's time to go.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
3, 2,
Hang on.
1.
It
I
is.
don't have a choice here.
Yep, you have to go.
There you go.
Okay, that's athletics.
No, that's me touching Gideon.
Are you sure you have all
Doesn't-
this stuff prepared?
Oh shit! Wait, no, I don't have. Fuck! I don't have that.
And
Never
that
mind.
also doesn't fix charmed.
Oh, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. Thought I had that. Doesn't
So,
matter.
you tried to touch me, so you're first.
Yep.
I'm like, oh
Yep.
hey, let me. Oh shit! I forgot. I don't have that. That's a strength check versus his or athletics.
If you want straight strength.
It doesn't matter.
I'm here debating on how far we're going to go into this because she seems to change shape as you're all having this conversation with each other.
What is it?
What is it?
We are looking at a.
I know what this thing is. I know.
So this
Fucking
old
nightmare.
But how
woman
much you worried about saving
appears
your own
before
asses?
I told
Okay.
you to leave, but now you resist. Don't even take my tea. Don't even show hospitality. And she just goes on, and she's getting raving mad.
Your tea was horrible.
And she will.
You
slice
dumb bit. No,
out at-
no, that is entitled to an int check from that necklace. That is a dumb move.
Make an intelligence.
Well, I was
check.
gonna. Fine. Guess that's a good point. Is
Nah,
that good enough?
I'll let it go. Like you.
Your tea was great.
Uh,
And then I was gonna cast a spell, but I think it's too late for that.
Toil, toil, boil in bubbles. I will roast you all, and you'll all be in trouble. Leave now this place you never seen. Stay here longer, and then you'll bleed.
But a friend.
So, I'm trying to get the hell out, and y'all are not going.
No,
and
you're
I'm
trying to get
I'm
out,
starting to
leaving,
get
but
pushed.
you're not supposed to leave.
I am
Okay.
supposed to leave.
Yeah, I'm
he
going
was
to
given
go.
directives.
I was explicitly told to leave.
And
Never mind.
as soon as you all step outside the cottage, all the
I'm not going outside.
Then it's gonna be.
Well, the
you know,
halflings all start
grapple
marching out.
checking.
No, the halflings are marching out, and you can only manage so many people, Gideon. But your best friend is, I'm sure she can take care of herself. So, don't want to leave, do you? You want to cause more trouble?
You seem to want to cause trouble. You invited us in for tea and then told us to leave. That makes literally no sense.
I
There's
thought you
a
were.
quick.
No, you go.
There was a quick change in your mood.
Because she noticed. I noticed none of you wanted to honor protocol.
I was drinking the tea, and then she flipped her shit at everyone else, and I got the dick of it.
Let's
Like,
see
I
here.
mean,
Come on.
I thought she was trying to keep Gideon there and just get us out. That was my.
So, are you going to fight her? Is that what I need to hear?
I mean, Storm wants to.
I want to, but
I was thinking that's where it was going, but then she apparently just wanted all of us to go.
see here.
Pretty sure we can.
On one hand,
Breaker.
yes. On the other hand, no. I mean, it's kind of.
I know night hags. I don't know this one. is.
I'm willing to bet it's at least a green hag since it is in a foresty type setting for one.
That's a good.
And there's something else, but we're not going to go into that because, frankly,
Thing is, if we start fighting, I think Gideon's gonna be pretty much compelled to fight us.
She is a new friend. So what do you want to do? So you're gonna stay, right?
Well, I mean, I'm having this conversation with her, and she hasn't explained herself yet. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I
She's-
think she was attacking you.
she's having an awfully hard time.
Well,
I mean, because
I'm looking up stuff because these are.
We're all like right outside the front door now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Except
Okay.
for, Storm here.
Yeah, I think this will work. We'll do this.
Yeah. If I hear or see fighting, I'm going to go back in and back him up.
Her
You can
eyes
burn the
become-
house down.
Her eyes become an inky void imbued with dread power. She looks at you, Storm, and you must succeed a wisdom saving throw.
Not a good time to be a sorcerer.
But he's also a cleric, I believe.
No, he's not. He's been
Oh,
rolling really
I thought
bad
it was
when he's-
for cleric.
Alright. Or be affected by one of the following effects. On each of your turns until the spell ends. You can use your action to target another creature but can't target... Okay. She's gonna cause panic. The target is frightened of you. On each of its turns, the frightened creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest and shortest available route, unless there is nowhere else to move. If the target moves to a place at least 60 feet away from you where it can no longer see you, this effect ends.
So basically just runs out of the house.
Yeah, so with that, she imbues you with eye bite, and you become frightened, and she sends you out of her house. And as you're all kicked out of the house, the lovely garden that you noticed starts to wither, and disappear. The house that you saw starts to shrivel and turn into nothing more than a giant stump. And then all of a sudden, she just disappears. Which point you become unpanicked, no longer able to see her, and she vanishes and makes her way away.
Do I see her?
I'm just confused on
No.
what the heck all that was.
That
Otherwise-
it literally made no sense. There must have been other kegs around us to use her coven abilities.
see, we didn't go deeper in the house. So, there could have been more in there. There could have been a secret chamber.
Did not mean for it to go several times. But do I still see her or no?
No, not from the angle of where the stump is. Like, you can see everything around you, but she's not in your peripheral.
That was weird, let's just go. That's what Ryder said.
I mean, I guess so. That didn't make any sense, but
A lot of things.
That was-
sure. Let's go. Let's go. I guess. Just trying
Okay.
to help people out with making money, but apparently, whatever.
Hags don't like money?
I don't know what she
Apparently
was using all those herbs for.
You
Right.
see, when I tried something like that in my Curse of Strahd campaign, it didn't work apparently. So, whatever.
Yeah, I guess back to the wagon.
Alright.
Yeah,
So back
there's
to the
nothing
wagon
else
we
to
go.
do. I mean, that was the weirdest thing I've experienced so far.
We'll see.
Oh,
if that's
hey,
the
look,
end
it's
of
a hag.
Oh yeah, by the way, Gideon's still charmed.
I still have a friend, but other than leaving, I wasn't told
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah, just make sure your friends leave. Like, I could explain it, but I'm not going to because, yeah.
Let's go. To
Just
Belleville,
one of those
finally.
incidents that she did not want to confront you guys alone. So, yeah.
She wasn't alone.
Not technically, but at the moment, you never know.
Okay, well, we're off to Belleville.
Continuing on the road and ignoring that hot mess, you make it to Belleville. And like the previous time we've mentioned it, Belleville is basically a one general store villa that has like several, well, not even several, like 3 or 4 houses around, but they're kind of scattered, stretched out, and most of this is agriculture. But there's this one dwarf who owns a general store who's just kind of chewing on a piece of straw as he watches you guys kind of pull into the region. And he kind of looks up at you. Hey, welcome to Belleville. What brings you here?
A cow.
That's a bit odd to be bringing you here for a cow. Are you looking to purchase cattle then?
No, we're looking for a very specific cow that seems to be causing some trouble.
Point me towards the cows.
I don't even know who you are. Why should I do that?
I mean, I'd like to go look at them and possibly purchase one.
We are looking
I
to
tried
buy
to-
cattle. Yes.
Ryder, make a persuasion check.
Hey, my persuasion is not the worst.
Well, if you're looking to buy some cattle, come on. I'll show you where they are. Kind of gives a reluctant sigh, spits out the straw that he was chewing on. Right this way, and he'll lead you out to like an open field where you can see several herds of random cows of various colors, black and white, orange and red, black and blue, who knows, all kinds of different colors. Black and blue would be kind of odd, so we'll take that one out.
Black and blue. I was about to say, like, wait,
take that.
that's him.
We'll take that one out. But, you know, you see various cows of normal colors of cows. It's a pretty big herd, about maybe 50 in total, just kind of grazing openly in this field. And then there's like a couple of calves that are next to their mothers, and then there's like a bull and another. There's like 2 or 3 bulls in a separate pen on the other side of the field.
Have you noticed anything strange about your cows lately? Or are these your cows?
Yeah, well, not all of them are mine. Some of them belong to some of the other families, but we usually graze them together because it's easier that way.
Have you noticed anything strange about any of them?
They're cows. What could be strange about them than other whether they shit?
Do you
I
notice
mean-
What else? Who said what?
have you seen a man recently that's been among the cattle? Is there anyone doing off-puttish behavior, really?
I ain't seen nothing lately. No.
We're searching for a druid that likes to spend his time as a cow. He was seen around here last, and rumor has it he turned into an ant and ran underground. Would you have any idea what we're talking about?
Oh, it doesn't ring a bell, I'm afraid. Druid in my freaking field? That's not right. Been rolling intelligence checks and perceptions to see if he saw any of this, and he hasn't seen a damn thing. And your insight tells you that he must have not have seen it. He's been, you know, like, for whatever attention he had on the field or attention he had on, like, the extra cattle, there's just too many of him to track, so he's not for sure. You can definitely tell he's telling you the truth.
Well,
So just
Go ahead.
you guys,
just
Bar.
go.
Bar, I said you. Go.
How many head of cattle is there?
Like I said, it's roughly 50 or so. I don't keep count. We got new
50?
calves out there. 50, 50. 50. Plus whatever calves we have. And,
Okay.
you know, it might be plus or minus. I'm not sure. We don't have all the records on them. Like I said, some of them belong to the other families. We just let them all graze together. It's easier that way.
Mhm.
Oh, just know one of them might not be real cow. I mean, technically, druids do become the animal. That they're not. They're a person. And
Well, I don't know if there's a druid out there wandering. I haven't seen him. I mean, you're welcome to go out and take a look. I'm not going to interrupt you. Druids with your crazy druidness, whatever.
right, let's head back this way, and I will head around to out of eyesight of the cows, and I will usher everyone that way.
Alright, so you're pulling everybody away?
I would like all of you to ask around about what was his name again? Philippine.
Make an intelligence check.
I had it written down.
Oh, well, if you don't,
Felipe.
I was trying Felipe. I was trying to find it. Also trying to, but yeah, I have it. Philippi Moostra. What?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I have cough coming on.
I'm really
And
surprised
I-
this guy doesn't keep track of his cows. Like, he wouldn't know if one goes missing. Perhaps we could steal a cow.
I was gonna turn into a cow and
Do we need a
go
cow?
talk to them. What?
Do we need a cow?
I can be a cow.
No. But if he can't keep track of 50 head, I mean, we could take a couple.
True, but I want to try this first. And I will turn into a cow.
Hmm? What kind of cow are you? Like, what's your color?
Just normal, like brown and yeah, brown.
Brown and white?
Yep.
Alright, so brown and white cow appears where Ryder used to be. And now, Ryder, what do you want to do as you're moving along?
Did the person see me turn into a cow? The main dude.
Did you want him to see you? Because what I heard is you pulled everybody aside. Did you want him to see you?
No.
Then he didn't see you.
Okay. So now I'm just a cow there.
Alright, so what are you going to do in your
And-
cow form? Like, you're outside the fence, though. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna walk up to. I'm gonna find the dude. Walk up to him.
You're going to walk up to the dwarf and just...
Yes. Look at him. Then start walking away. Like, to see if he doesn't.
Damn it, one of these cows got loose, and he'll pull you by your... He'll pull you by your ear and then look it over. Wait a minute. This one doesn't have a tag. God damn it. He'll go into the barn and he'll grab this big hole puncher and he comes back to Ryder.
I'm letting it
I'm
happen. This is
assuming we're
my plan.
oblivious to
Well,
That's all part of the plan.
you know this is Ryder, and Ryder's about to get pierced ear and a tag put on him.
It'll
So,
fall off when she transforms back.
This is part of her plan.
so he'll pierce your ear, place a tag on it. We'll just say like,
How many hit points does a cow have?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure this doesn't actually cause hit point damage to the cow.
Else all the cows would be dead.
No,
But
it wouldn't
could
be
take
dead.
him
It'd
out of its
only
form,
take.
but
point.
yeah, I don't know. No, never mind. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, if cows can survive being...
Gotcha. It's fine. I was just playing. Anyway, so pierced your ear, tags you, pulls you in, puts you into the rest of the herd, and you're all just watching him do this. And then he turns to you guys. Hey, where did your halfling friend go? Didn't I see a little girl around here?
I think she went to go talk to the cows.
How? I don't see. Wait.
I'm
Really?
already in the cows.
Yeah, so you're mooring over to the cows, and he's like, oh, god damn. Whatever. So.
I bet the cows would know more than this guy. Let's go talk to the cows.
Nah.
Alright, so you're,
Probably.
You're in here with the
I'm
cows?
just.
Yeah, what do you want to do? Everybody else could do something. I mean, we don't have to leave this to Ryder.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
beast speech on a ritual cast. I'm gonna talk to the cows as not a cow
Alright.
because that seems a bit
I was-
excessive.
I was doing this as to not spook the person we're trying to find.
That wasn't explained to the rest of us.
Yeah, please.
We just thought
explain
you wanted
your-
a new ear
no.
piercing.
Yep, so, like, if you don't tell them, they're not going to know, so they're still going to do their own actions.
Why do you think I drank the tea back at old Haggy Granny's?
I said go look around while I do something.
I'm
Well,
looking
yeah.
around in the cow pen.
Alright, so, yeah, it's not like he's keeping you from being outside the fence or anything, but yeah, he doesn't want anybody in there. It's not supposed to be. But you pull up to a few of the herd. What do you want to say to him?
Ryder or me?
Ryder, you're taking 10
Uh,
minutes.
Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna
say
be.
you're 5 minutes into it, by the way. Go ahead.
I just want to see how talkative the other cattle are, and see how they react to my presence. I don't know how cows act.
Apparently, they don't
Personally.
care. They're impassive, indecisive. They have no difference towards you whatsoever. And they're just chewing on grass, taking care of their young, and just kind of minding to themselves. Like,
I will-
nobody, yeah, it's not like a conversation that's going on or anything.
I'll walk up to a random white and black one. I will try to talk to it. Saying,
Tell me what you
Hello.
say. Hmm?
hello, fellow
Hmm?
cow.
Hmm? Words? Yeah. Move on. What else?
I say, hello, fellow cow. How is today? Have you seen any weird things?
It stares at you and says, yes, you.
I was about to say, you walked into that one.
Other
Usually-
than me.
Well, usually other cows don't go asking about what we see. But you see, you are strange to me.
Do you see other cow walk away and change?
I see many cows walk away, and the only thing they change is their poop. It changes into poop to the ground.
But no strange cow turning from cow to not cow.
Alright, let me roll something for it. This cow will tell you, no, I see nothing like that. Feed is good here. I eat here because it feeds me.
I'll keep going through the cows saying, hey, have you seen, a new cow or a strange cow other than myself who has changed from a cow to being not a cow?
There's a black, white, and reddish parts of its fur. It's not like it's like a patch of red that it had on it. And it kind of stares at you as you ask this question. It's like, I've seen this. And about this time, your ritual cast goes off, Gideon. And if you're anywhere within the vicinity of where these cows are grazing, you can hear the conversation being picked up between your cow friend and this one different, like, differentiated colored cow. I seen someone like that.
Yeah, this will pique his interest. Otherwise, he's going to start questioning the cows in my own way.
Yeah. So you're hearing the same.
And this is probably a much less painful way to figure something out.
And it's chewing on the grass and then just staring off. But it just answered you. Yeah, I've seen something like that.
Could you tell me where or who?
No,
Woo.
owls go who? We go moo. And everybody else hears a loud moo.
But which one of you have you seen doing something?
No one here. No, tell you what. And he'll lead you out. And I will show you stuff. Something I saw.
Okay. I'll follow him.
Please tell me someone didn't just inside a cow. I was tabbed out for a second.
Sorry, what was that?
I heard the roll 20 go off when I was tabbed over for a second. I was like, if someone just inside of this cow, I'm gonna.
That might not be a
can
bad idea,
insight
but
check a cow.
you could.
Can I-
You can, yeah, if you want.
I'll
But
insight a cow.
He is swiping his tail behind him as you're supposed to be following him. And as far as you know, he's telling you the truth. He's seen something. And you see him come across this weird looking anthill. And the reason why it's weird is because it's getting colder. Why are ants surfacing? There was a cow. It seemed to step on something, wandered off for a bit, came back, grazed with us for a bit, and then disappeared into that.
Huh. Strange.
Yes, it was strange. Not every day you see a heifer get sucked into a hole.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did you want anything for
I'm allowed
that?
to ask for something?
do you want to?
What do you got?
I look at my I'm a cow.
So am I. He's like, what am I supposed to ask you for? I don't know.
Never mind, thank you.
And you go on about your business, and the cow's like,
Yeah.
He goes back to his business, or her business.
Yeah, I mean they don't let bulls in with the
I know. Continue.
to do the thing. Anyway, do I see Gideon about to like go and talk with cows?
Well,
I've
Gideon's
been eavesdropping on you for the past little bit.
Yeah, he's been
Oh.
eavesdropping because his thing went off and he went towards the sound of voices.
Well, I'll say, hi Gideon. It's me. It's Ryder Cow.
Rider cow?
he-
No, you ride a horse.
That's true. That is true.
He
But
might
no,
be
it's
previously.
Ryder as the person. I'm.
This is gonna be
the
a
other
running
halfling.
gag. So with that,
Is this like how a storm is not a storm but also a storm? You're a cow that gets ridden but is not a horse? The cow has no clue who Storm is,
yeah.
you know, as far as Gideon's concerned.
And there's a couple cows that are listening into this conversation. It's like, what's a
Gideon,
there's a storm that's not a storm? Hmm?
I am the person who uses a bow and casts magic that makes plants.
But you're a cow.
Gideon,
One
I
cow
know
walks
about your
up and
magic
says,
stick.
"You know what? I believe you. He is a cow, or she is a cow. Sorry."
Gideon, I know about your light stick.
Hmm? One of the cows walks up next to you and says, "Hey, friend," to Ryder. "There's a bull
What?
over there. His name is Charlie. I bet you do him right.
What? I look so confused.
Charlie has a...
Gideon's not. Gideon knows the birds and the bees.
Charlie's been picked up for a while, and I've already had a calf. You must be fresh, so maybe you can help Charlie out.
I get a realization. No,
It's true. Like, not every cow is ready for calves. It's fine. We understand. But it's such a blessing. Look at this young
Hold on. I'm gonna turn back into my halfling form.
So as you turn back into your halfling form, there's this small calf that walks up and says, "Hi! Hi!" And then you've turned back, and then Gideon's the only one that hears, What happened to that other cow that was here?
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I heard you for a second, and I'll go.
No.
Scratches. No?
No, he runs off in a panic because you changed into a halfling in front of him, and now they don't know who you are. They're having an identity crisis. So half the herd is starting to shuffle away from this location now.
Is
Gideon,
my ear tag still in?
well, it fell to the ground.
Oh, I was hoping it was still there.
You feel
Like I
a
still-
little bit of a blood splat on your ear, but it's still intact. Your cow
Okay.
form took the damage, not you, so what Storm said is true.
Okay. Anyway, Gideon, it's me, Ryder. Remember when I said
I know,
Ryder?
Ryder. You were a cow.
Yes, I was a cow.
You couldn't just talk to him like I was?
Well, I mean, could have, but
And Gideon,
never mind.
Would have been much less confusing.
You hear one of the cows say, "Oh, I thought I found the perfect mate for Charlie, but they disappeared."
I am not having. That's not Ryder saying that. That's me
Don't
saying
worry
that.
about it. I don't want you to either. Trust me, I do not want to RP it. I just wanted to put that out there because
That
what
would
else do
not
these
be
cows have to talk
RP.
about? Oh, the cows talk
That's a
about
good point.
grass.
So, did you get any information while you were gone?
Yes, there. And I point to like I suppose like farther away since I probably would have had to walk up to Gideon. But there's an anthill.
Yeah, he shows you a freshly made anthill out of season.
So you said the druid's in here?
I think so. I mean,
That's what a cow
yeah.
said.
Yes, Gideon.
How did we get in there?
I'm gonna pull out one of my alchemist fireballs.
Oh wait, maybe we shouldn't immediately go to burning the entire thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and say firebombing an anthill in the middle of a cow pasture is a bad idea. Probably
Yeah,
a lot
you
of
might
methane
like
floating
something-
around.
Let's talk to the ants first.
Okay, I'll walk over to the anthill, look down. Do I see any ants?
You do not.
Oh.
And I think what we're going to do is go ahead and start winding down as we get ready to figure out how the next session's going to go.
I was hoping I'd see an ant so I could actually turn into an ant.
You know what an ant looks like. You could turn into an ant.
Okay, fine.
But
I'll
you-
just add that to my list then.
Yeah.
You don't need a gilded invitation to become an ant.
Yeah, like if there's an animal that you want to suggest that you can become, just tell me what it is and I'll give you a yes or no on it as quickly as possible. Like
Right,
if you want to be
okay.
a cat, I will say you can become a cat too because there is a cat walking around in the barn that I didn't get to mention.
How about a pterodactyl?
No pterodactyls. You got to be within
No?
reason. Like if he can't go that challenge rating anyway. Like later on,
What-
if
what
you
if-
actually see one, yeah,
I can't make a flyer yet though either.
yeah. So
Yeah, it was a joke. I know the dinosaurs are in Parenthea.
yeah. I mean, if he sees one, yeah, by all means. But
Anyway,
yeah, the hag was just to kill time, and she just. You guys weren't actually the type that she wanted to take in, so she was going to try to get you out after realizing certain
She
things.
invited us in and then told us to leave.
Yeah, because she thought.
Well, she invited us
everybody...
in not knowing what exactly.
Well,
you know.
the thing is, whenever everybody did not partake in the tea, she was like, "Okay, this is going up shit creek." And then when two more of them did things to alter the tea, yeah, she was in a state of mind like, "I can't win this by myself at the moment, so let me just get rid of them, and maybe we'll deal with this later." So that was that mindset. Just in case you're like, "Why was that? Why did that even happen?" It had a reason. It was just basically one of those side things that happened, though. And
So
go ahead.
I didn't take Gideon just because I personally thought it was a con check. That's why I was just like, you can beat this dude. No, if it was charisma.
But yeah, she was just like, okay, everybody's going to cheat me on this. She was basically going to have a charm fest, but no, nobody was having it.
See, those vampires done messed up your entire encounter thing. Now you're gonna charm your way out of anything you can.
I don't know. It's fun. But yeah, I'm gonna. This is about where I had it planned for this session to end anyway, so this works out perfect. Because I do want to build on more clues on how to get in here without, fabricating it in an instant. It's usually better if I have a little time to think about it. So I wanted to get us here, get us started on it, and now we'll go even further next week for sure. So now we have the confrontation with Rachel, where you're in deliberations on what to do about that situation, and then we got half of your... You spent all that money, didn't you?
No.
How much do you have left?
Not all. Look at the rate book.
I don't want to look. Just tell me. Or if you don't know offhand, then don't worry about it. I'm not going to...
4,180.
Oh, that's not bad. So you're still in the green. Because Shisei's going to want her share when you get home. Not like a big share, but you know what the guild...
We haven't gotten paid for the job yet, dude.
You haven't gotten paid for the shadow job.
There's 2 jobs we haven't gotten paid for yet.
Yeah.
What was... Let's see.
The trip 2 and the return.
But that was the shadows. That wasn't the guild. You guys went to Smathphonica to... Oh, wait. No. Smathphonica was a... No, that was a shadow job, wasn't it?
That was a guild.
Through the
that
guild.
was a
Through
guild job.
Yeah, through the guild. Okay, I remember it correctly. Don't worry. But the rest
Yeah,
of
it was through the guild with a bonus for shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're basically building affinity with the shadows. So, some factions are starting to crop up, and,
We're essentially going to get a pretty big payout on this 2-for-1 job.
Yeah,
I would beg to differ because...
The first one was only 500. I don't know what the second one was.
Well, the second one's strictly through shadows, but obviously if the shadows are putting a contract through the guild, they're not paying top dollar, since any, dill hole could pick it up.
But yeah, we will pick up on this next week, so I can have a little bit more time to piece together. Because I am currently thinking about some fun ideas to put over to, allow you guys to explore the area, maybe in an ant form, perhaps, maybe? I don't know.
I'm just saying, if he's an ant in that ant hill, boom, dwarf pops out, stab him. Done.
But I don't
Are we
feel
supposed to bring him alive?
Yeah.
Don't stab him then.
Just stab him, just don't stab him in the face.
So, blow him up, let him die
That'll
of
get him out of
suffocation.
ant form.
Yeah, let him die of suffocation in the middle of the earth somewhere.
He should pop out.
Oh no, that would get into a really interesting physics debate. If you change from an ant to a human while completely encased in dirt, does the transformation push the dirt out the way, or do you just crush yourself with the expanding mass in a confined space?
I think it would have to push itself out, because at that point it's like you have to take up within 5 feet of you, but in an unoccupied space. How do you identify unoccupied space, though? I mean, it's not occupied by a human or animal, so...
No, it's occupied by a bunch of ants, so it's going to have a Wicker Man scene on it.
Well...
It would be just about Wicker Man, wouldn't it?
So...
And I mean, we don't know how far down it goes, so...
That's true, too. Your fire probably won't even reach wherever it is. This ant probably went all the way down into the Underdark. Who knows?
Yeah, no. I could become an ant, but I don't know about you guys, and I don't want to go in alone.
I have a really
That's-
bad idea.
Just remember
Okay.
the bracelet.
We'll see.
Just remember the bracelet.
I have a really, really bad idea.
Do you want to share it now, or do you want to hold on to it?
Okay, well, I'm gonna run this by you to start with, because it deals with Constitution, something I saw in a movie, not even a reputable, like, actual movie. It was the animated Tarzan, I think, or no, it was Lion King. A bunch of elephants during a big song and dance number blew into the top of an anteater mound and basically catapulted all the anteaters into the air for confetti during that musical number.
That son of a man song at the beginning.
No.
I think that was the one. So
Yeah,
if
I know
you
exactly.
get a long, narrow pipe or straw deep into that anthill and I blow, could I confetti these ants out?
You can certainly try.
Let's drown
Because
them.
Constitution's the governing stat for, suffocation, holding your breath, and also I figured also govern. There's no good way to say this. Blowing.
Exhaling in extreme proportions.
Blowing
But,
in
yeah.
a hill.
Yeah, have Storm over to another hole, casting gust.
Hmm.
We can also flood them out.
Well, technically, the hill would have been flooded from the rainstorm recently. I don't know. Might not be
Ants
weird.
have ways of like surviving,
Oh yeah.
like things like that.
Did we also get the information that the ants were coming to the surface in mass numbers?
No, we didn't see any ants on the
I
top
think
of
it's
it.
like, yeah, I think it's just him.
I thought Ryder got the information that ants were.
No, there were
Amount.
none.
No.
Because I looked.
He just got shown
see
a
an
fresh
ant.
amount,
Oh.
and he turned
From
into
the
an
cow. I
ant.
thought you got the information from the cow.
Yeah, it was just basically like
One.
he turned into an ant and went into this hill, and it's a fresh mound. And anybody would know it's out of season for ants to be out and about anyway. But yeah, and then there's stuff going on with Fizzer, which kind of got him out of the party for some of your delights.
He was a
The-
loose cannon.
Visser,
Really was.
I really hate to compare him to an animal, but he's kind of like an untrained animal. Like, he's gonna do what he wants for the most part. But I also have little doubt in my mind he'll show up for Jubilee, try to get some gifts.
Yeah, he's been good.
Yeah, I don't want to give him. I
He's been
like
good at
legit.
being bad.
I like Fizzer.
Alright, so with that, we're going to go ahead and close the stream down. Thanks for watching. Keeping an eye on the archives. Good to have you. You guys want to say goodbye to the archives and Twitch?
Bye, people.
Bye to the archives.
So yeah. And with that, do you hear the calling?